Alright, we're back with more Pokemon XD Hardcore Nuzlocke. So we've been slowly but surely chipping away at this game. I know that there has been a lot of grinding that we've had to do in the past, but I do think we're going to start to get to the point of the game where we're going to start making some big progress, and we're going to have to tackle some very difficult fights. We should absolutely get the Snaddle today. I highly doubt Ardos will happen today, but that'll probably be like one of the first things we do next time. But first we need to get through Snaddle, so let me just pull up everything first. Yeah, but I do think Snaddle, I actually don't think he's gonna be too bad. I think I might have a good plan for him. Well, we'll see if I'm right or not. Alright, that looks good. Why is this so... One second. Alright, I guess I'll just... Okay. I'm trying to, you know, watch the stream back in real time, but that's just not happening right now, so it's fine. Pretty sure it's fine, because at least OBS is telling me everything's good, so... Anyway. Let me just make sure the current team is correct. With what's on the side. Yep, looks great. Alright, so... I need to put Houndoom and Golduck in the lead. We're going to be able to do the next two fights. But after that, we're going to want to grind for the next fight. It's the last one before Snaddle. But it is actually kind of tricky. Because the level cap's 42. That's what, like, Snaddle's highest level Pokemon is. Technically, the Shadow Pokemon are actually level 44. But, you know, we're just... I've stuck to this rule since the beginning. I probably would have changed it if I knew how much of a problem it was going to be, but either way, we're gonna stay with it for the sake of consistency. Anyway, there is a trainer before Snaddle though who is using a level 43 Scyther. It's level 40, but it's shadow boosted. You know, like the level boost that it gets when used by an AI trainer. So yeah, it's gonna be annoying. So there is one Pokemon we need to bring up for a little bit. That is Togetic. We're gonna... I guess we'll take off... Yeah, we'll take off Shiftry for just a second. He'll be back. Alright, let me update the team. We got Togetic. Let me resize it. Alright, there you go. Okay. I don't know why this is still not loading. Oh, there we go. I mean, kind of. Okay. I guess that's just gonna have to do. Alright. Trying one more time to see if I can get it to look right. Alright. Anyway. Let's go ahead and let's fight the next two trainers. Then we can move on to fighting the last trainer that's a little bit tricky, and then Snaddle. And we are probably going to have to do some grinding. The dreaded word. but that's fine. I believe the next trainer is right after this elevator. I have to ride the platforms down. There's another platform over there. I don't know if that one does anything though. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, we have gold. Well, hold on. Let me check their items really quick. I think Lum is fine. I don't need the experience share on Sand Slash anymore. How close is Sand Slash to a level up? Actually, pretty far. Okay, that's alright. He doesn't need the experience share now. All right, there it is. Okay. Gorgeously, I make my entrance. With flowing elegance, I battle. Awesome. I got Yanma and Roselia, and obviously I got a pretty good lead choice here with Houndoom and Golduck. Alright, we'll go Flamethrower. I'm pretty sure Yanma is pretty forgettable here. Like, really all it's going to be able to do is like Aerial Ace, and that's not going to do a lot. It doesn't have a high attack stat. It doesn't even have speed boost either, so there's no risk of it like outspeeding. Should be pretty easy. Alright, we'll go Flamethrower on Vileplume, and I think the last Pokemon's Altaria. So we'll just Flamethrower Ice Beam. All of these Pokemon pretty much get one shot. They're like completely forgettable, honestly. Nice, and now it's just Yanma, and yeah, we outspeed. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Ice Beam would one-shot, maybe it would. It has Reversal. 20 base power Reversal, because it's at full HP. But obviously we can just double attack into it now, and that'll definitely kill it. I'm sure Flamethrower just kills outright. A critical hit will definitely do it. Yeah, alright, so Yama's down, that's another trainer down. And now we pretty much just got one more trainer before we're gonna have to go ahead and grind everybody to about 30, or not 30, like 42, which is the level cap. But there's a reason. It's because that next fight, the fight before Snaddle, not Snaddle itself, is actually really tough. So we want to take it seriously, you know, treat it like a boss fight, basically. Alright. I don't really think it matters what item I put on it. I guess I'll do Lumberry. I'll do Lumberry for both. Because I do think, so the next trainer I'm pretty sure has like, it's Lantern, Magneton, and Shadow Licky Tongue. Sand Slash is fast enough to outspeed both the Lantern and the Magneton, and it's strong enough with a helping hand boost especially. It should take it out with Earthquake. That's what we're going to teach it right now. Earthquake normally is a very valuable TM, and especially in like double battle format, you would think, oh, you want to make sure that that is being taught to something good. The big thing though, Earthquake isn't that great in the late game here. Because really, like, I guess against Snaddle it's okay, against Corrigan it's okay. but it's not a great move to use against like Ardos or Eldis, and definitely not against Greevil. He has 4 flying type Pokemon at his disposal, right? It kind of is just a meh move in this game. So I'm okay with just teaching it to Sandslash here, since it is a ground type. It's the only ground type I have. It can just get me out of this fight really quick, and I don't really anticipate Earthquake being a very important move for any upcoming fights. So we're just gonna get rid of, I guess, Defense Curl. Why not? Also, let me scroll up here. Okay, we're good. Let me just double check everything. Earthquake, you've got Helping Hand. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to go back and heal. This should be a very quick and easy fight. Why is this like low quality though? Hold on. I'm trying to make sense of why, like, every time I try to watch back this, like, recently, anytime I've tried to watch back the stream, it has just lagged a lot for some reason. It looks good now, though. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Hey Seven, how you doing? Oh, we got PDA message. Michael, I hope you are well. I've been keeping well too. I have a message from my partner. Okay, 1 letter off from being canceled here. Big. From the both of us, we hope for your success. We're getting so close to Daddy Lugia. Yeah, I know. I think, well, how many fights is it? Like 4 major fights before Greevil? It's Snaddle, Ardos, Gorgon, Eldis. Yeah. 4 more fights before we get to Greevil. Yeah. So we got Lumberry for protection if, you know, we get hit by Shadow Panic with Lickitung. Lickitung has base 55 attack. It's not going to do any damage with Shadow. I mean, not to say it won't do any damage, but it's not going to one-shot me. And it's definitely slow. Like, I think it's base 30 speed too. Pretty forgettable Pokemon, honestly. Roar! Watch your head. Keep an eye on the ground too. Lantern and Magneton. And again, it's okay that we're leading with Sandslash here against the Lantern. We do outspeed, and we do one-shot. So it's okay. I think this is the best Evil team base ever. Like, in terms of design. In terms of practicality, I don't know how effective it is to build your Evil base into some kind of, like, volcano where there's just lava pouring around everywhere. It seems pretty dangerous. But I guess it does meet the cool factor, right? Alright, Licky Tongue's here. He is just vibing. And yeah, we'll just run it back with Helping Hand Earthquake. I don't think Togetic using Flamethrower would do more than the extra 50% buff Earthquake would get here. Maybe. It does have the burn chance too, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, this should not do too much. Team Galactic Base has the best music. It's a pretty good one to say. Yeah, we'll just do it again. Sand Slash outspeeds. We're good here. I also love Ether Paradise. Yeah, there's some pretty good spots. Some evil headquarters that either have good music, good designs, or both. Alright. Whoops, you swept me right off my feet. Licky Tongue fled somewhere. Hope to God we do not get Licky Tongue. That would be absolutely tragic. Alright, we're gonna just figure out how to open this box. There we go. So the next trainer is pretty tough. So what we're gonna want to do is just, the level cap's 42. We're gonna get everybody to 42, and then that way we can go into this fight fully prepared. And also it'll help because we'll just be able to go right into Snaddle right afterwards. So we do have to do a little bit of grinding here. Fall through the floor, why not? Did you know Mir B becomes a dancer at the Krabby Club after the final battle with him? I didn't know that, no. I think the final battle with him is like when you get Dragonite, right? Also, I did not jump down the right hole, I guess. Because I can't go to the right. There's no hook here. Is there a hook that takes you... Wait, is the blue hook the one that takes you back? I should have just gone back down the elevator then. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is at the beginning, right? Yeah, awesome, cool. All right. You're a real hooker. Yeah, no, swinging from hook to hook. Twitch automod censorship is so... That's okay, I approved the message. I saw it wasn't anything serious. Alright. I really wish there was a quicker way to get out of here, though. That's the big thing. Like, at least let me buy, like, an escape rope or something. Because the only way to get back out from here, you have to go all the way through these elevators. Like, unless you beat Snaddle, you don't have an elevator that goes back to the beginning. Which seems pretty silly to me. You get the shortcut elevator after being... Yeah, I know that. But, like, especially if you want to go back to heal or something, you gotta go all the way back here, right? Alright, so who am I using for this next fight? We got Hariyama, Shiftry, Mawile, Sandslash, Ursaring, Electrode is what I wrote down. Okay. So we have most... Actually, we don't have most of those. We only have 2 of those. So Shiftry. I need Ursaring. Mawile. And Electrode. And then we will also have to get Golduck and Houndoom leveled up as well to 42. That'll be for what? Oh, Golduck's already 42. Okay, Golduck's fine then. It's just Houndoom. We just have to get Houndoom up after we get these 6 to 42. Okay. So I'll update the team in just a second. Let me go heal really quick. Alright, let me update the team. Where's Shift Tree at? So slightly resize him. Or her, actually. I believe it is a female Shift Tree. Mawile. Mawile, nope. Don't want to be that big now. Okay. Ursaring. Okay. And then Electrode. Where are you at, Electrode? There you are, okay. Oh, the smallest Electrode in the world. Let me fix that really quick. Okay, there we go. The whole team is here. Alright. So yeah, we got to get all the way back to, you know, Gadeon Port so that we can fast travel. And yeah, we want to go, just get everyone to 42, including Houndoom. Because we will be using all 8 of these Pokemon. The 6 in my party, plus Houndoom and Golduck. For this next fight, and then the Snaddle fight. Can I get this item? Probably. Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe there's any, like, trainers that, like, jump out at you here. Okay. So I don't think the grind will take too long. Mawile, I think, is the only Pokemon... Let me check. Is Mawile the only Pokemon that's below 40? Ursaring as well. So these two will take the most time. But I can just slap the experience share on them and kind of make it go quicker. Alright. The big things we also want to do while we're doing all this grinding though, Mawile specifically, if we want to guarantee it doesn't die, we need to get 100 defense effort values on it. Right now it has 17, and I can buy some iron in order to increase its defense, but I'm not going to be able to get it to 100 just buying things because I don't have that much money. So we're probably going to end up having to do some defense effort value training. But I do have a decent place for that, and that is at Mount Battle. It's not the best. You only get 1 defense effort value every time. I can put the Macho Brace on to make it 2. But yeah, this is like unironically going to be the best way to get Mawile leveled up, I think. Let's put Shift Tree with it for now. And I'll give the Macho Brace to Mawile. Is Shift Tree... What is Shift Tree holding? Just a Lumberry. I'll give it the leftovers for now. Okay. I don't need to do any of that. Alright, so where we want to go is Mount Battle Area 4. The first trainer there has a Rhyhorn and a Tentacool. They're not too high level. They give 1 defense, 1 special defense. And it should still be a decent amount of experience. But the big thing, of course, is me getting the defense effort values. How much money do I have? I should probably look that up too. Okay, if I got just a little bit more money, I could afford 5 iron. So probably that's going to be what I'm going to do, is I'll buy 5 to get it to 67 defense, and then I just have to grind this fight for the other 33, right? And then we'll be good. Yo, still talking to the voices in your head and shit. Yeah. How you doing, doctor? And now we're starting the grind. Almost to Snaddle. We just have to get everyone to 42, and Mawile needs a specific number of defense effort values in order to guaranteed not die to a certain attack it may or may not take throughout the fight. I might not even have to use Mawile, but just in case, trying to cover all my bases here. That'll definitely kill Rhyhorn. I was kind of thinking maybe it would be better to go Ice Beam on Rhyhorn. I don't know if that kills, and I especially don't know if with the Macho Brace we actually outspeed or not. So, not gonna do it. We'll just make this a 2-turn fight. It's still a really quick fight. And I'm pretty sure Tentacool cannot kill any of my Pokemon from full HP. That would be criminal if it could. Yeah, it's not like too bad for experience as well. Obviously, once Shiftry gets to 42, I'll have to put someone else in the lead slot, but for now, it's fine. Mirror B radar. Great. We will eventually do Mirror B. I think the most likely situation for when we do Realgam Tower in order to get that encounter, or Realgam Coliseum is the more specific area that you're getting it from. We're probably going to do that after Gorgon. Probably like before Eldis, after Gorgon is my best guess. Because that, like, Gorgon's level cap is 44, which is still kind of low. It would be hard to do that, you know, Coliseum, since all the Pokemon are 40, and they actually have some effort values and IVs, so it'd be a little bit tough, not truck, I don't know why I said that. It would be a little bit tough to navigate that Coliseum. At level like 44, especially because I can't exceed 44, so there's also the risk of over leveling as well. Yeah, it'd probably be best when the level cap is high enough, like 40, 49, 50, like in that range, when I go in to get through it. Abra is OP. Well, Abra definitely helps a lot for just getting back to the Mount Battle entrance. The absolute GOAT when it comes to that. How does government security exist in the Pokemon world when Abras can just teleport you anywhere? Well, they are limited in one aspect. I'm pretty sure they can only teleport you to somewhere that you have actually been before. I think that's the restriction. But yeah, you would definitely think that a lot of businesses would not be intact with average teleportation powers. Yep, I fear that Railgun will only really be an option before the last few fights. Yeah. It's tough. Especially because, you know, you have to fight Mirror B at some point. You don't know which fight he's going to replace. And he has, I think, 4 different team combinations. And also, just like with Coliseum, you have to fight against random leads. So there's a lot of things. You're going to want to be leveled up high enough where you can just kind of brute force it without worrying about potential misplays or bad matchups and such. But we will get it. And we have a Master Ball, so we're guaranteed to catch whatever Pokemon it is. Might be a terrible Pokemon, but we're guaranteed to catch whatever it is. It's the only encounter I have left to get in the game. And god dang it, we're gonna get it. Alright. Wiles 37. I still don't know what, like, obviously, I can't find a lot of information on what the AI for, Mount Battle, like, what the, Pokemon know on their moveset, but it doesn't seem like Tentacle knows anything crazy, and I mean, it is just a Tentacle, it's not a big issue. In Bentley's Outpost, Bentley has a brother called Bartholomew. He is voiced by Richard Tatum, the same voice actor as Agent 9. Hey Brett, how you doing? Also, I still cannot watch the stream properly with my phone. I don't know why. It just keeps freezing every couple of seconds. Anyway. You doing good? I'm doing fine. Right now, just getting some grinding out of the way. And then we'll be able to take on Snaddle. The next boss fight. And hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully my plan goes exactly as I hope and we'll be able to get through it without issue. I don't know why nobody has peered at the code of the game to find out the AI programming for every trainer. Well, there is like you can pull up a spreadsheet. I have the full spreadsheet for both the story mode trainers and the Coliseum trainers, like the ones you fight in Pirate and Railgun. But Mount Battle, for whatever reason, I don't have that information available to me. I know what priority their AI level is, but I don't know the Pokemon movesets. Wait, how do you guarantee the Railgun Tower catch? With the Master Ball. We still have it. We haven't used it. Isn't that for Lugia? No, I can't catch Lugia in this run. It's all Citadark Isle. The whole place is Citadark Isle. Unless I researched that wrong. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure where you catch Lugia is also considered Citadark Isle. That's awful. You miss out on so many mons if it's all just a Dark Isle. Yeah, that's the rules I chose though. I think it'll be okay. I don't anticipate that Snaddle or Gorgon is really going to be a problem. Ardos, obviously, is going to be a problem. But I do think I've got a strat that I think I'm happy with. You know, that maybe I'll make some final touches before we, you know, because I don't think we're getting it tonight. But we'll get to it on Thursday, I think, without question. And that fight is going to be a pain. But I do think I've got a reasonable chance to do it deathless. And I definitely don't think I'm going to, like, wipe to it or anything like that. Which voice for Bianca do you think was the best for her? She was voiced by Pamela Hayden in the original Spire 3 and voiced by Melissa Hutchinson in Reignited. I like the original more, if I'm being honest. Not to say it was bad in the Reignited game, I just like the original more. I guess choosers can't be bakers. I think we'll be fine. I know we didn't get a lot of encounters. How many encounters did we get so far? 14? Pretty sure. And Realgum will just make it 15. So I know we're not going to get a lot of encounters. But that's why you gotta absolutely do everything you can to keep the ones you've got alive, right? And I think we'll be okay with doing that. I'm assuming Realgum will be Nose Pass, unfortunately. Could be. There's a lot of stinkers. There's a lot of stinkers that it could be. Licky Tongue, Far-Fetched, Nose Pass, right? All of those would be pretty bad. But there is a chance, because we are going to get it after we beat Snaddle, Gorgon, and Ardos. So Starmie, Snorlax, not bad, right? If you get those guys, would not be bad. Starmie would be a pipe dream, probably, but it would be amazing. They all have the same chance. It's completely random. Do you remember Brendan O'Brien? He voiced a lot of characters in the original Crash Bandicoot series. Sadly, he passed away. I can't say I remember exactly who that voice actor is. Do you have any examples of characters he voiced? Because yeah, I don't remember that specific voice actor name now. I'm gonna do this fight another like 2 times, and then I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna look at the save editor to check how close we are with Mawile, because we should be able to get enough money to get 5 iron for Mawile, and then get it closer to 100 defense EVs, so that we don't have to do this anymore. We can just grind against whoever we want. I also have to make sure Shift Tree is getting close to 42, because once it gets to 42, we gotta stop with Shift Tree. He voiced Dr. Neocortex, Dr. Engine, and Tiny Tiger. Oh, Cortex was voiced by him in Crash 1. Gotcha. Okay, okay. No, I'm not familiar with him. But yeah, like that's absolutely tragic if he recently passed away. Oh my god, it's got supersonic. At least it attacked him all while. Alright, we should be able to take this guy out. And probably like 3 or 4 more battles for Shifter to get to 42. Maybe I'll just get Shifter to 42, then check. Might be a better way to do this. Just have to be slow navigating the menu because I don't want to accidentally click the wrong dialogue option and then I have to waste even more time doing this. Every time I do like the like EV training grind, I always remember the absolute mistake that happened to me in Pokemon Coliseum where I gave who was it? Was it Heracross? I gave an experience share to or something thinking it was gaining experience. And then I found out that Shadow Pokemon don't gain experience until you get like enough of their heart gauge depleted. and so I had just been grinding for like a full-on hour and a half and nothing, or maybe even more than that, I don't even know. But nothing transferred to Heracross and it was absolutely upsetting. Horrible. Can't believe that happened. If a new Spyro game comes out in the future, who do you think should be playable? Like in Crash 4, is Crash, Coco, Tana, Dingodile, and Cortex are playable? I was thinking Spyro, Sheila, Bentley, Agent 9, Sergeant Burt. I mean, those would be all the classics. There probably would have to be like a new character, and obviously Sparks would have to have like, you know, some levels dedicated to him as well. But yeah, I'm sure they would like add a new character into that mix. Wouldn't be surprised if there's at least like the Hunter mini games in it. The ones that you do during like the Speedway and such. I like how every time I go back to the receptionist, she's always like, please do more training, as if the reason I lost the challenge was because I wasn't strong enough. I just forfeited. That's it. Because I want to refight the same trainer over and over again. You don't need to know my motives. If I had a fast travel to go to Chaser Atlas, I would do it in a heartbeat. Grind these defensive EVs a lot quicker. Bentley was in Spyro Hero's Tale, but as a non-playable character. Sergeant Bird is playable as well, but would love to see more of Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, and Agent 9 and more Spyro games. Yeah. I mean, if you can just like slightly improve the controls for some of them, yeah, I think all of them would be cool to come back. I think her point is that you don't look buff enough for her to want to date you. I hope that it's not just because I don't look buff. I hope it would have something to do with the age of the character I am currently role-playing as in this game. I hope that would have something to do with it as well. Also, not buff enough. Have they seen me move giant crates of poke food? Who do you know is gonna push those so effortlessly? Like, that's insane. I don't know how much they weigh, but I mean, god dang, a bag of dog food weighs 1,000,000 pounds sometimes, it feels. It's horrible. The protagonist canonically turned 18 yesterday. Is that so? Pushing the crates of poke food is what she means by more training. See, when I was younger, I used to think that the reason our character was able to push those like crates of poke food was because of the snag machine. Like, it had like some additional property that kind of allowed you to, you know, almost have super strength. But then you have the segment where the snag machine gets stolen from you and you can still push the crates. So clearly this kid is just strong as heck. Have you ever heard of fan games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro fan games? I mean, I've heard of them for sure. I think I've only ever played like 1 or 2 Crash fan games, and both of them were really good. I actually really liked them. I don't think I've ever played a Spyro fan game though. I've seen a lot of like ROM hacks of Spyro though. I do kind of want to try one where it's like basically like a complete troll and there's like so many gems you have to get, but they're like out of bounds and stuff, and you have to perform like really precise glitches to get all of them. Kind of wanted to see how far I could get in that, because I am not a speedrunner, so I do not have that incredible level of skill, unfortunately. But maybe I could at least do like, I don't know, a quarter of what, of like full completion of the game. Thank you for hitting Mawile again. Don't know why you keep on going for Supersonic. It's annoying. I guess that's why you keep going for it, because it's annoying. The AI being annoying? No way. I know. I couldn't believe it myself. They totally don't immediately click Shadow Panic the second they're able to. What a stupid move Shadow Panic was. Have you heard of the character swapper mod for Spyro Reignited Trilogy? It allows you to play as Sheila, Sergeant Verbumley, and Agent 9 any level. Or 1, 2, and 3. I believe I have like seen gameplay of that. I don't know how many levels are actually possible to complete, like 100% doing that, but it is a really cool idea. I remember seeing a lot of like what was it? Like Sonic Adventure. People were doing like challenge runs trying to do like a similar thing, trying to beat the game with a non-Sonic character. It's pretty funny. I never played Sonic Adventure, but that was a really fun like series that someone made. Alright, this will be the one that gets shift tree to 42, and then after this, we'll check on where Mawile is at the moment. I think we're at least over halfway. Hopefully. Also, hey Art, how you doing? Little shaman. Shaman bongo. Oh no, it's Mount Battle. Yeah. I'm only here. This is probably the most depressing factoid in the world. This is unironically the best trainer to get defense effort values from in the whole game. They have one Rhyhorn. A single Pokemon that gives defense. And a Tentacle that doesn't even give physical defense, it gives special defense. But it's true. Like, there is no trainer that has more than one defense EV, except for like trainers that are like really high up in Mount Battle, but I'm not gonna go and grind that far. That's excessive. Character swapper mod controls in the game to switch the character is numpad 1 Spyro. Oh, okay. I might have to check it out or something. We'll see. Wait, is she shaming me? I think so. Factoids for all. Numpad 2, Sheila. Numpad 3, Sergeant Bird. Numpad 4, Bentley. Didn't I know? Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yes. Art, my friend, is good to see you. Yeah, I think it's been like a little bit. Not too long. Like probably a week or so. Alright, let's head back to the receptionist, and then I will save and we'll check where we're at. I have cherries and I'm eating too many from my diet app, so I do deserve all the shaman. Alright, okay. Let me pull up the save. You're going to be hearing a kind of error sound. It's not your computer, it's just me looking at my save file. Alright, so we got Mawile. Alright, so we're at 37. I can buy 5 iron. So we'll still need to do this about 7 more times. Yeah, 7 more times and Mawile will be good. It's not too much longer. And shift tree's done, so that's great news. Let's put Electrode in. Actually, Electrode won't be able to do anything against Rhyhorn. True. Let me teach Mawile Protect really quick. I wanted to do this anyway, so this is perfectly fine. Let's teach Mawile Protect. I'll also buy a couple of other Protect TMs if I want to teach it to anybody else. I like to say I'm not on a diet, I'm on a diet app. Noom is my lord and savior. However you have to say it, as long as the results are showing. Always no shame in trying to eat healthier and be healthier. I've got the character swapper mod as well, and Scorcho was able to beat the Capture the Flies orb challenge with Agent 9. That must have been pretty cool. Alright. Let's buy... Oh, then I won't be able to buy all the iron I need. Maybe I can sell some stuff. There might be some stuff I can sell. Let's see. Well, I could sell like the full restores and stuff. Like, I can always just go back to heal. It's not like I can use these in battle. That is directly against the rules, so I need the choice bands. I need the white herbs. Get rid of the max revive. Yeah, let me revive a Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. That makes sense. Could get rid of the PP ups. I don't know if I'm ever gonna need those. Firestone. I'll hold that just in case we get Vulpix or Growlithe as our encounter from Realgam. Could happen. Well, this is how you get a lot of money. I don't know why I never thought to just sell all the stuff in my inventory that is associated with healing. I'll keep the full heals just in case, like, you know, poison. Well, I guess I have antidotes. Never mind, we'll sell the full heals. I'm selling everything that heals. My fitness pal didn't send me enough death threats, so I never lost any weight. Last week was rather terrible. Life been giving me lemons, and I said fuck this and went to sleep early every day to have the energy to deal with other people's oh man. Was it like people at work, or like just people that you see every day or something? Sorry to hear your week was unpleasant. Alright, I hope that your luck will turn. People will have to deal with your BS. Doc, cherries are good. I think I had 3 ice cream cones today. Also, let me know if you guys like this. Hold on. So, unfortunately, I only got it to work with Twitch chat. But do you guys like how this overlay looks for Twitch chat? Unfortunately, it will not show YouTube chat. Just want to know if you guys think that overlay looks fine. It does get kind of cut off. So hold on, let me. Is there a way I can like shift this down just a little bit? I don't know. Try that. Looks better. Here, let me. I can probably make it even better so it doesn't get cut off at the top there. Okay. Yeah, but do you guys like that? I don't mind the overlay, but I do wish I could see the other YouTube voices in your head. It would make it easier to conspire against you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm sure there's a way I can make it work. Maybe I might have a way to do it. Next stream, I'll try to set it up. I think I might be able to. I think I might know what I have to do. But yeah, as long as it looks good and it's not like distracting or anything. Yeah, I'll keep it up. Thanks, Doc. I wish I was Menace like that. Chat is on screen. Be like, you like it? Okay, good. All right, I'll do my best. I'm pretty sure there's a way I can do YouTube chat on the screen as well. But I'll have to set it up next time. I just wanted to know how people liked it with just Twitch chat first, and then yeah, I can integrate YouTube chat. Hopefully, next time. Oh no, the voices aren't in his head anymore. They jumped to the computer. Yeah, now everyone can be in a state of psychosis. So hold on, how much money did I get? Can I just buy the iron I need? I should be able to, right? How much? Is it 75,000? So that's enough for 7. Hold on. Wait. Let me check. So I probably should do 2 more I think I should do 2 more battles here to get to like 41 effort values on Mawile. Then I'll spend spend money on 6 iron, and we'll get it to where it needs to be. I think that makes the most sense. So I don't have to overspend my money. Okay, hold on. I gotta teach protect. Don't know if I'll need I don't know if I'll need sweet scent again or not. It was kind of funny having that because it did come into play once. I'll get rid of crunch. We can always move remind it. It works so nicely. Is that a purloin? Looks like Liper just freaking jamming, man. He is absolutely vibing. Have you all been? I did really miss the streams. I checked out a VOD at some point, but I'm not sure how far in the game you are now. That's fine. We've been doing good. Obviously, the great news, we're at 0 deaths still, right? Fantastic news. Going into Snaddle, we just have 1 battle to do, like one like kind of like Cypher Peon battle to do, and then it's going to be Snaddle next. And then after that, it's going to be Ardos, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping it'll be fine. Alright, so let's go back to Area 4. We'll do this 2 more times. Let's go. My routine is to hang out for the grinding, then pass out at my computer right before the major boss battles. I don't think it'll be too much grinding before we get to the boss battle this time. We've been going for about an hour. Mawile will take a little bit of time to get up, but I think we'll be okay. I feel like I'm going to be in trouble if I reply to you, Doc. It's the library. Alright, so let's do... Wait, hold on. Did I still have the mod? Yeah, mod works so good. Even with a doctorate, I can't keep up with you. Yeah, but I'll try to get YouTube chat. Like, so what I'm planning, so basically like Twitch chat would be right below my webcam, and then YouTube chat will be right below the Pokemon. Like above where it says level cap and deaths, and then below where the bottom 3 Pokemon are. Try to fit it there. I don't get as much interaction on YouTube chat, so I think it'll still work though. Probably the best way to try to set it up, because I don't have a lot of space on that side of the screen. And we're gonna go Earthquake Protect. I made sure to put it in the top slot so that I wouldn't somehow misclick. I can just basically mash A and we'll be okay. I guess it's not a doctorate in Pokemon, so maybe I should give myself some grace. Yeah, if there were doctorates on Pokemon, heck, I might have that. I mean, you gotta give whatever I have a name for how much I know about useless Pokemon facts. Hey, that's my routine too, passing out during stream. Hopefully you guys will be here for the big part where I fight Snaddle. But it's okay if you don't. I don't think it'll take too long to do grinding, because really, outside of Mawile and Ursaring, no one really needs like too much leveling, I can just slap the experience share on the both of them and make it go much quicker. You can be a legit Pokemon professor if you pass the professor test on their website. Oh my god. Could you imagine that? I have to name myself after a tree though. That's the way it works. Or like some kind of bark, you know. And then you can run a Pokemon League. Oh my god, could you imagine a Pokemon League where it's like various iterations of myself and it's like teams I've used in the past for Nuzlocking. I gotta fight them all. That would be absolutely crazy. That would honestly be more hype than the battle with Red at the end of like Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That would be so much more hype. Like, I get to the end of XD and instead of it being Greevil, it's Wes, and he's got Heracross for Alligator, Espeon, Umbreon, Skarmory, and who else did I use? Flygon, yeah. That would be insane. Same moves, same EVs, same IVs. I still can't believe they have never redone the idea of fighting prior protagonists. I mean, they really should. There were like, you know, some things with like the battle tree and the battle subway, I believe, had ways to fight like Red and Blue and a couple of other like, you know, champions from other regions, but it's not the same, right? You can't just recycle Red every single time. It needs to be different. Alright, so let me put the XP share on. Alright, and then we'll go start leveling up Hariyama next, and also Sandslash. Oh no, the Mirror Radar lost the signal. Alright, so let's go. Phenac City is where you buy the vitamins from. I always have to think about it because it's kind of weird. In Coliseum, you could buy vitamins from Agate Village, but here it's not just the Pokemart in Phenac City, it's the second floor. Very weird. I don't know why they decided to move the vitamins. Honestly, where you buy them should not matter. We have one in our inventory already? I didn't even see that. I saw an HP up. I didn't see an iron. Well, saves me some money, I suppose. Alright, after this, I will check again the save editor to make sure everything is as it needs to be. So let me save. Okay, and then let me go ahead and open this up. Disregard noise. Okay, yep, we're at 100 on the dot. Perfect. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, that's not 100 on the dot. 101. How did I misread that? Oh wait, no, that is 100 on the dot. Wait, how are we at... Okay. How... We were at 37 when I last checked. I did that fight twice with the Matcha Brace. Should I not have 101? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Iron... Of course, it stops at 100, right? It doesn't exceed 100, right? That's why. Gotcha. Okay, I was like, shouldn't we be at a 101? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Not even kidding. Our professor was awesome. She ran my local TCG league for like 10 years and then she decided to go study abroad. I hope she comes back soon. Oh. She must have been really into Pokemon then. To be both really good at like the Pokemon video games and then the card game. That is insane dedication. Keeping up with like 2 different metas. Phenac City, the place where literally everyone could be replaced by a Team Cypher Grunt and nobody would notice. Yeah, vitamins can only increase you up to 100 EVV. Yeah. Yep. Alright. So, now we'll go to Pirate Town. I do need to get Hariyama a bit more attack and speed. Hilarious, I know, but Hariyama does need a little bit more speed. Most of us players are on the spectrum. Don't say that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's dedication. Like, it's not easy to know so much about a franchise. It's already hard enough just memorizing all the Pokemon and the type matchups, but learning about the card game as well as everything else, it's a lot. I was worried I was the only one. You guys are crazy. Well, with Sand Slash, this will go pretty fast. Just use Earthquake to decimate these guys. Will not be able to Earthquake Murkrow though. We'll do this. I think Slash would kill, and I think Sand Slash outspeeds, which it does. Well, it's a crit, so it definitely kills. All right. So I don't think we need a lot with Hariyama in terms of like effort values or anything like that, but really until he gets to 42, I think I'm fine just doing all this. You get a fair amount of experience from this trainer. I think it's about 1,000 if you're not using experience share, if you're just doing 2 Pokemon. And honestly, there's not a lot of other trainers that are easy to grind against. I can go to Mount Battle, but again, Mount Battle has people I'm not sure what moves they use, and it could be a problem if I run into the wrong trainer. So we'll just stick with the trainers I know are good to fight against, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Hariyama's bulky as fuck. I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, this Hariyama actually got pretty unlucky with the IVs. I think... Let me check. I have the save editor right here. Yeah, so... Every IV, except special attack and special defense, are less than 8. Special defense is 15. Special attack, because we all know how great Hariyama is as a special attacker, is 27. Everything else isn't it's not above 7. So very unlucky Hariyama. But I can't complain too much because I honestly, for the most part, I actually think I have hit more often than I've missed for like IVs and natures. Natures have been kind of iffy though. I've gotten a lot of minus defense and minus special defense natures, which are a little annoying to keep getting, but it's fine. He's trying his best in an Iron Hands, yeah. Just give him 1,000 years. He'll become a robot with the electric typing. He'll be fine. It's pretty dominant in Scarlet and Violet, at least in that like metagame. So yeah, once Mawile gets to 42, we'll put the experience share on Ursaring. No Heart, that's the good Hariyama. All of this disrespect to my boy. He didn't do anything in Coliseum, but in XD, look at him. Nobody wants to mess with my guy. I don't think anyone can mess with him. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's gonna get clipped when something tragic happens to Hariyama eventually. I hope nothing tragic happens to any of my Pokemon, but unfortunately, that's the game you play with Pokemon. There's always risk. I will say this though, Ardos, the strategy I have for him, I actually think has a decent win rate. I should say, okay, it's a guaranteed win rate. I highly doubt we lose to him, but Deathless, it's, you know, it's decent odds. It's pretty decent odds, right? And if I can at least just say that I beat Ardos Deathless, if the run can just give me that, I'd be happy. I'd be happy. Because who do you know with 14 Pokemon available to them in a run? Who do you know could come up with a strategy for beating Ardos Deathless, right? That's impressive. That is impressive. So if the game can just give me that, I would be happy. Big streamer brain, you have to think ahead. I know. Trust me, I've thought of a lot with that fight, and I did have kind of a eureka moment at some point. You know, I was kind of like, oh my god, I can just do this and it'll be a lot better, but it's still not guaranteed. That's the sad reality of everything, is there's not a lot of guarantees in Pokemon. I wish there was, but there is not. Also, hold on. So, return, rest, lick, Metal Claw. Because I don't know who I want to teach this other Protect TM to. I don't think I want to teach it to Ursaring. I don't know if I want to teach it to anybody at the moment. Kind of just leave that as is right now. The streamer brain is too big. There's some extra voices floating around in there. Yeah. It's like having a devil and an angel on your shoulder. One of them's trying to tell you to think everything through, think of every single thing that could go wrong and plan ahead. And the other one's like, that will never happen. You don't have to worry about it. Just focus on the bigger stuff. Risk the crit. Who cares? Who cares? Go for it. Iron Hands is very good in the TCG as well. I played a Miraidon deck last year that relies a lot on Iron Hands. Well, that's huge. Is it like just because they're like electric types and also like paradox Pokemon that they synergize, or is there like some kind of like ability that they have that's like incredible? That emote makes me think of Miraidon. Classic. I got Swinub and Bagon. And now we don't have Earthquake, so we can't just blast them away. So we're gonna have to like do Return and Brick Break. Oh my god. Swinub, you didn't go for Endure a single time when Sandslash was here, and now of course, here we go. Waste my time even more, why don't you? Yagido, not Marido. I have no idea if that's a reference to something or not, or if that means something in a different language. But the puns are killing me. Miraidon EX gets to set up your bench with a lot of electric type Pokemon, and then you try to power up your Iron Hands quickly to get to attack. So Miraidon is kind of like a support, right? And then Iron Hands is the beat stick, right? If you will. Alright, one day you must teach me how TCG works. I know nothing. Miyagi-Do is the name of the karate style from Karate Kid, just like wax on, wax off. Okay. I actually have never seen Karate Kid. So that was a reference that went over my head. Yep. Yeah, I only know generally about card games, right? I've never played the Pokemon TCG, and really Yu-Gi-Oh is the only one I've ever played, and I only played it casually, and I think I played with a lot of people who didn't even know the rules. I didn't know the rules either. Kind of just made our own, you know? It was always fun, but definitely not the way you were supposed to play it. But Karate Kid is peak 80s movie, but even as a 90s 2000 kid, I still watched it. Also, gotta plug Cobra Kai on Netflix. Very fun. There's a lot of good like comedies from like that era for sure. I don't know if I can think of any of the names of these movies. But I definitely have seen a couple of comedies from like the 90s and such. And I remember liking them a lot. I've never like rewatched them or anything. And again, I can't even remember some of the names of them, but but TCG is somehow more fun to me than the video game. I don't know, it's fun to play with people, and the recourse management and mind games are the fun part, I think. Yeah. Absolutely. Like card games in general, like I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed playing card games. It's just like sometimes, especially like, you know, with trading card games, I think the main issue is usually it can be expensive for someone to get into, right? You know, just like as an entry level thing, it can be hard to build a deck, you know, that's actually worth a dang, right? because cards are just getting expensive, and keeping up with the meta is really difficult to do, right? You know, 1 month there's like a synergy that's really good, the next month it's absolutely trash. You know, things happen all the time. It can be hard to keep up with. Sounds like something I would like. I made a career out of mind games. God dang. Like, for me, like, playing competitive Pokemon when I was kind of playing it on again, off again back in like Gen 6, Gen 7, there was definitely a lot of mind games in that, for sure. Will your opponent use Sucker Punch? Will they use Swords Dance? Will they swap? All sorts of things. There's mind games every turn, regardless of what meta you play. Also, Iron Hands has an attack called Amp You Very Much. It's all worth it to get to announce that and win the game. That's hilarious. There are a lot of different monkeys around the world. Which monkey type do you think Agent 9 is? Which monkey do I think he is? Oh god. I don't know if I could really like list actual types of monkeys, like other than just like basic, I don't know, well, really just primates in general, right? Like, you know, chimpanzees or orangutan. You know, I have no idea. I wouldn't have a guess. Return to monkey. No, Gorgon isn't a monkey type. He's a Mankey type. Dakin plus monkey equals Gorgon. Gorgon has been like one of the more forgettable bosses in this game, or really in this run, I should say, because his AI is just so dumb. I mean, it does kind of, it's on brand with the whole monkey brain kind of thing, right? The fact that he loves Protect Earthquake just makes it so easy to predict exactly what he's gonna do. It's like, okay, you're protecting? Alright, I'll just use Fake Out on the other Pokemon and then kill it in one hit, or set up, and yeah, we'll be good. I think the second fight with Gorgon is going to be just about as easy as the first one. Maybe it won't be damageless, but it's still, I think, going to be pretty clean. Gorgon literally knuckle drags as he throws that Pokemon. That thing where he jumps over his desk and does a knuckle drag somersault is so manky, but the Screaming Rage is so tack. Now he just has to, like, to be Dak him, he has to punch somebody. Absolutely one-shot him. Come on, why you gotta keep grinding on weak-ass trainers? It's safe, and honestly, outside of Mount Battle, there are no other trainers that actually properly level scale with you, which is annoying. So that's why we're here. In Mount Battle, I don't know what all the trainers use, so it's kind of hard to match up with them. Because they could surprise you with a move that I'm not aware that they have, and that would be bad. If I lose a Pokemon while grinding, that's tragic. Only reason Dakim got caught at platform 10 is because he forgot his ethers. Well, if he goes over to the Pokemart over at Phenac City, I just sold them a lot of ethers and elixirs. Or was that Realgum? I think it was Realgum Tower, yeah. If he goes over to Realgum Tower, then there's a lot of ethers and elixirs that they just got in stock. He ran at it for Mega Punch. Not his PP. Have you played any other games on PS1 other than Crash and Spyro? Oh yeah, plenty. A lot of like movie license games. Like there was like a Monsters Inc. game. There was a Toy Story game that I had. Bugs Life. Like a lot of movie tie-in games. Like those. That's what a lot of my family just bought for me at the time. But there was also stuff like there was like a really cool Frogger game. It was kind of like almost like a adventure platformer kind of game. It was kind of cool. I like that a lot. Wait, what level is Mawile at? 40. Yeah, there were other ones too. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but you know, Digimon was also another really big one that I played a lot. Loved that. We love the grind on this channel. Some people do, some people don't. It's true. I don't mind it, and especially like right now, it's not going to take that long. I promise you. Promise you, we will get to Snaddle very soon. It's just Mawile and Ursaring that are going to take a long time. Everyone else will be like, you know, boom, 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 they'll be done. Right? Oh no, not his PP. Dagon with no PP is just a struggle. Yes, I have played the Monsters Inc. Scare Island, Bugs Life, Toy Story, and Lilo and Stitch as well. I never played the Lilo and Stitch. I had a cousin that owned that game, and they never let me play. I don't know why. They never let me play. I could only watch. But yeah, I own the other three. Just rip. Yeah, I like... I have a lot of cousins, and there's a massive different amount of age range, right? So these cousins are like, I believe, yeah, about like 5-6 years older than me. Yeah, they wouldn't let me play. I was really young there, so I'm sure they just didn't want me to, like, I don't know, break something or whatever, and I can understand that. And I wasn't like mad or anything like that. I just liked watching too. I didn't care about playing it. I was probably like a kid you could give like a fake controller to, and I would pretend like I'm playing and be happy. Your cousin Digiturity. I have exactly one cousin that's actually like my age. And we used to play a ton of games together. We didn't see each other very often. But yeah, we would play like Crash Bash, another PS1 game. Fantastic experience to play together. We would get together every so often and just play that game for like 8 hours straight. Never beat it because we were never good at the game. Have you seen those Spyro characters? Some of them remind me of Spy Kids. There's yeah, Handel and Greta. Yeah, Handel. Right. Yeah, I remember those names. That's so funny that they did that name. Have you seen those Spyro characters? I don't know what characters you're referring to other than the ones you name dropped. But yeah, they are kind of similar to Spy Kids, since, you know, I think they are like secret agents right in that game by lore standards. There's also that one guy in it's Spyro 2 near the end of the game. What level is it? Don't know if I can remember the name. But there's one guy, like Agent Zero, I think is his name. He's like a secret agent, and you have to follow him back to his hideout. That is such a weird minigame. And honestly, I think it's kind of a joke for the time, because I think that joke kind of came at expense of the mental condition that Agent Zero may or may not have been suffering from. But, you know, there was a different time back in, you know, 1998 or 99, whenever Spyro 2 came out. I think I'm responsible for making my cousin like games and nerdy stuff. She's super cool. I felt like having a mini me, and it was great. I mean, that's perfectly fine. As long as, like, you know, they're not like bored out of their mind and you're forcing them to still like interact with it, right? If they actually showed interest, then I mean, that's perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, from Cloud Temples. Yeah, that's what I couldn't think of the level name. My favorite Spy Kid is Steve Buscemi. I don't think he was a Spy Kid, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't remember that part. That would have been funny. He just pretends to be like he's just role playing as if he is like a 10 to 12-year-old kid. God, Spy Kids feels like a fever dream. Yeah, that, and then what was it? Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I have no idea what was happening. It was some crazy stuff. Spyro 2 came out in 1999. I was only 4 when it came out. Yeah, I was I was 1. I was a single year old when Spyro 2 came out. Nothing is quite fever dream material like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Have you forgotten how do you do fellow kids meme? No, I've not forgotten that. But god dang. Doesn't he also have a line? What is it? It's like, do you think God hides in heaven because he too fears the creatures he has created, or something like that? This is just some random line in a kids movie, and it's just like, where did this come from? Oh my god, I never watched that. No, yeah. It's a good thing you haven't watched it. That was a very weird time. That was a very weird time. There was like, have you ever seen the Twilight movies? The Wolf Boy, werewolf guy. The actor is Taylor Lautner, I believe. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that how you pronounce his name? He was a kid during Shark Boy and Lava Girl. He was Shark Boy. It's pretty crazy. Steve Buscemi is a legend. Have you played any of the Simpsons games? Yeah, I have. I played like Road Rage and Hit and Run, and those, like Hit and Run especially, very fun game. It has a pretty cult following too. Like there's a lot of people who still, you know, glaze it to this day. It's a very good one. But all the other Simpsons games, no, I have not played them. It's just those two. Oh, him. Yeah. Steve Buscemi's best role is a 3-way tie between Spy Kids, The Big Lebowski, and Escape from New York, Los Angeles. Yeah. I've only ever seen Spy Kids, but yeah, of those that you've listed there. But yeah, Spy Kids was a favorite game, especially the third one. The third one where they like get trapped in a video game world and then they're always over dramatic. Like, literally every scene is just, like, completely overacting, and it's hilarious. It's, like, one of the best bad movies I think I've ever seen. Probably up there with The Room, honestly. Who's your favorite Simpsons character? Probably the grandpa, Abe Simpson. I like him a lot. He has a lot of just really wacky moments, and I like him. I like him. I think Mawile is almost 42. Then we can put the experience share on Ursaring and make this go quicker. And then, yeah, it's just about getting everybody else to 42. And like I said, it should just go a lot quicker. Mawile probably, let's see, we need about 3 more fights with this guy, and Mawile will be done. Then we can move on to the next one. My favorite Simpsons character is Lisa. She plays the saxophone, yeah. This is always good. Really, the whole family is great in their own ways. They have their moments to shine and, you know, be funny. All for different reasons. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Well, here it's gonna count for something. For the sake of us getting there without taking too long. Bart is also very funny, especially when he prank calls Moe's Tavern and says eat my shorts, yeah. The Moe prank calls are definitely great. Moe himself is a pretty funny character too. He's got a fair amount of memes related to him. The not today old friend. Give him one of these, right? Some pretty fun stuff. Twilight was a weird time. Many people went crazy over it. I remember a friend buying the books and I tried to read them. It was a very yucky read and I hated the characters and never watched the movies after that. My sister was like the exact opposite. She was obsessed. Remember, like, she was like the target audience for these things, right? You know, like the perfect age, that kind of preteen, right? Demographic. And so, yeah, I ended up having to go and see all the Twilight movies, unfortunately. I did not want to go, but my parents didn't want to leave me alone at home, so they took me with them to see. Those movies suck. I was too. That you were obsessed with it too. Oh my god. It just took the entire, you know, that entire demographic by storm. Like everyone was talking about it. It was wild. Just a good thing everybody snapped out of it at some point. No, I was the target audience, but hated it. Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if you were correcting it that you were obsessed and then you stopped being obsessed. Okay, okay, all right. Good that you clarified. All right. I wouldn't have judged you. I wouldn't have thought any less of you, but. But yeah, it was definitely a weird time. I remember living through that. I think when the Twilight movies came out, I was like maybe 8 or 9 or something. So thankfully, like, my friends and stuff weren't like too into it or anything like that, because obviously they didn't, like, you know, they weren't the target demographic. But yeah. It still was everywhere. Have you ever seen DeviantArt? I mean, I've been on DeviantArt a couple of times. I've never seen any, like, anything too crazy from there. Maybe a couple of standalone images or something. It was interesting to watch some analysis after the fact and understand why the relationships were super toxic. Also, the writer being a Mormon explained some of the strange stuff in the story. Yeah, there's a lot of strange stuff. And now it's like, with how great kind of like, I guess, what would you call it? I don't know, like, erotica design for a younger audience was so successful. You had like erotica for actual, like, you know, adult audience, right? You know, with like 50 Shades of Grey and stuff. That was the whole thing. Never saw that one. Glad I didn't. I would prefer that stories that are focused on, you know, romance or whatever, you know, don't make it like a toxic kind of thing. That would be my way of dealing with it. Also, I learned to love Robert Pattinson after not liking for years. He's a very talented actor. He played Batman, right? He was Batman. Yeah, I haven't seen, I don't think I've seen any movie with him in it outside of course, Twilight. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, he just kind of had like a negative connotation associated with him just because of that, how bad the movie was, right? You know, would not be surprised. But I'm sure he's good. Do you remember the Billy Goats from Sheila's album? Of course I do. Of course I do. I can't do, like, I have German blood in me, but I cannot do a German accent. But I loved that those Billy Goats had German accents. It was so fantastic. Yeah, I think he was Batman. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I saw some, like, a lot of people talking about it when the movie was announced. Their names are Billy, Pete, and Bobby. Yeah, I remember. Because the first goat that you talk to, he's like, Billy, Pete, and I. Right? I love that. He says und. The German accent stream would go hard. No, it would not go hard. It would go terribly. Are you kidding me? No, I cannot do a German accent. I would offend quite literally. I would probably offend every neighboring country to Germany, not just Germany itself. There's also the hummingbirds in Sergeant Bird's base. Yeah, those are a little bit less memorable. They were kind of like, I don't know, almost like what's the reference? Something angels. I don't remember. Like it's like, I don't know, like a spy movie. What is it called? I don't know. I can't think of the name. I think that was kind of the reference that was being made, though. At least that's what it felt like. I can't remember the name of it. Something's Angels. Anyway, not gonna think too long and hard about it. Nothing important. Alright, so Mawile is 42, so now it's just Ursaring has to get to 42. And everyone else gets to 42, but we can kind of grind more loosey-goosey. We don't have to worry about who we grind against. And then once we get everyone to 42, we can just breeze through the next two fights. Well, the next fight, and then we'll set up for Snaddle, and we will get him done today. And then probably I'll try to do a little bit more grinding before I stop streaming, depending on how long we've been going for at that point. But yeah, we'll get that done. And Ardos plus Gorgon, I think we can do both. Ardos and Gorgon will be next time on Thursday. So it'll be very exciting. I'm going to be putting my deathless streak on the line. Will Ardos be the first trainer to cause me to have to make a new box in the PC labeled dead? Or will we be deathless? And we can all hang our head high that all the Pokemon are alive and well. We don't have to bring out the shovels, the tombstones, the epitaphs, the eulogies. Instead, we can throw a party instead, you know? Do like a pizza party. Yeah, now that Ursaring has the experience share, this should go a lot quicker. I'm scared that you're painstakingly grinding all of these EVs and then everyone just dies. Well, that's the thing. The reason why a lot of people don't fully understand it, and it's fine, because it's, you know, effort values and stuff aren't like a explained mechanic in Pokemon, which I always have thought is weird. So not everyone really fully understands the extent that effort values help out with, but I do. And I can promise you this. Me grinding these effort values, we will guaranteed beat Snaddle without a death. Promising you it right now. What I can't promise you is that we'll beat Ardos without a death. But because of all the EV training we've done before, it's more likely to happen, right? And at that point, you take those odds, right? You're just going to have to be happy with not having a 100% guarantee, but still having decent odds to pull it off, right? But don't worry. I'm well aware that the grinding is definitely a lot, but it's worth it. Yes, we take those, yeah. I think worst case scenario, at least from how I've looked over all of my, you know, potential options for Ardos, I think worst case scenario, we will lose 2 Pokemon. Unfortunately, they will also be pretty big Pokemon, like very important Pokemon. But again, that's just what we're gonna have to do. You're going to have to put those 2 Pokemon on the line and hope RNG goes your way, right? Have you ever heard of Crash Bash Live? It's a fan game, but has different characters and different mini games that were not in Crash Bash. I play it sometimes. It's a lot of fun. Never have heard of that. Is it like kind of an online sort of game, or just like a ROM hack flash game? What kind of thing is that? Sounds interesting though. I don't know what experience group Ursaring is in, but I'll see how much experience he gets from this. Just look at the blue bar and kind of gauge how many more battles we'll have to do with this guy. I also should save it and check where we're at with like effort values and oh, I'm out of PP for Brick Break. Unfortunate. I have run out of PP. Have you ever heard of people getting called Karen? Some people call crazy people Karens. Yes. Yes, I've definitely heard of that term. I think it might sometimes be overused, but there are certain situations where it is warranted. There has to be a name for some crazy people who just, I don't know, feel entitled and make a mountain out of a molehill for like every situation. When did they do that? That was a couple years ago. Like maybe it really probably started being like mainstream about 5 years ago, I would say. There were kind of like a fair amount of like freak out videos going around. People just going insane and getting in strangers' faces and just yelling at them, right? And I'm sure somebody probably started the term by saying like, you know, it's usually like probably middle-aged women, so they just threw out a generic name for Karen. I don't know. But it can be men as well. It's not just women who can be like that. Well, now I gotta go heal up because Brick Break is out of PP. We have run out of PP. I think it started during COVID time. Yeah, like I said, I think it's about 5 years ago. It's when it kind of started becoming mainstream. But yeah, I mean, it's like internet trends and slang, you know. Over the years, a lot of weird words have like come out that mean like completely different things. There was a while back when I was in high school, the word ratchet was getting used a lot. I freaking hated that word. It was so dumb. Everyone was saying it except me. I could not understand why people liked that word. That's when it was just so annoying. Quick restore PP. Yeah. I have restored my PP. Have you had COVID before? I know I have had it twice. So I have never gotten like a positive test for COVID ever. But I do think I had COVID one time. I wasn't able to test myself for one reason or another. I don't remember what happened. But I wasn't able to test myself one time. It was like around New Year's, like kind of December of like 2020. And I'm pretty sure it was COVID. I'm pretty sure it was. Because I hung out with a friend while I was like, I was feeling a lot better at the time. So I was like mild symptoms. So I had a friend over for New Year's Day. And then he got COVID, like literally 3 days after the fact. So I was like, okay, I have no proof, but I think I did give him COVID. I feel like I watched Filthy Frank like 10 years ago and he was calling everything shit back then. Well, Filthy Frank was an enigma of the internet. And God, those videos were really goddamn funny. I have to admit. It was a different time. It was a different time. Obviously, there are a lot of jokes that are very crude and maybe over the top and would not fly today. But God, I watched like every Filthy Frank video. It was incredible. And now Joji, as he likes to be referred to as, really doesn't like it when people mention Filthy Frank anymore, which I can understand. But I feel like, you know, you don't have to take offense to people calling you Filthy Frank or anything like that. Yeah, it feels very distant now, but I did laugh at all that stuff back then. Yeah, I remember me and my sister loved watching like the hater comments videos he did. Those were always fantastic. The one video he made about vegans was hilarious. And the crazy thing is, now listen, if you're vegan, perfectly fine, no issue, right? But there was a time. There was a time where people who were vegan were kind of doing it for the wrong reasons. It was almost like they were trying to like grandstand, right? That because they were vegan, they were superior to you. And I went to school with someone who was like that. I took a botany class, and of course, they were in it. They would not shut up every class, every single time they talked about how they were vegan. They mentioned it every single class. It pissed me off. I hated them. I feel like it was a different time as a tautology, since if it was, then it isn't. And therefore it was a different time. You're breaking my brain. Listen, those jokes would not have, like, you would have been canceled on the spot. That's the big thing. You try and make those jokes today, it's over. You wouldn't have an internet career. Although, granted, there are some scumbags who do have an internet career despite some of the heinous shite that they've said and continue to say. So who knows? You know, you too can be a scumbag on the internet and still have an audience. I'm not going to call out anyone in particular. We're not trying to make this a drama channel, but yeah. Do you have a favorite fast food place? Ah, man. I don't really like fast food too much. When I was a kid, I loved it, obviously, but, you know, now, I don't know. I'd probably say, McDonald's is the one I go to the most, probably. Mainly, like, their fries I like a lot. But yeah, I don't really eat fast food all that much. Not these days. When I was a kid, I loved fast food. But obviously, when you're a kid, you love fast food. I was very much a vegetarian back then. I laughed my ass off at that video. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like, if you're vegetarian or vegan, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But just don't grandstand towards other people because of how they define their lifestyle choice, right? Like, that's the big thing. Like, perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want. Perfectly fine. But just don't leverage that against other people. That's weird. Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a crazy time. Thankfully, it was just one semester, so like only like 4 months, and then we were done. But yeah. Did you know that meat is murder? Veganism is the one true faith, and anyone who eats Professor Tacos must be burnt at the... Oh, wow. Burnt at the stake. I get it. I have a core memory of me and my friend, and a friend, sitting in her car and jamming to the Pink Season album. Oh, man. I wasn't too into his music. But I do remember, like, he played a couple of, like, the, like, tracks and, like, the background of some of his videos. And there was... I can't recite it. But there was, like, the one song where it's like a peaceful voice that's singing it, but it's saying such heinous shite. It's so funny though. I love it. I just tab out and watch more interesting vids during the long grind session. I mean, that's perfectly fine. The big boss battles are the main attraction, obviously, but there is some setup we got to do before we get to those. Have you tried Taco Bell, Popeyes, Chuck E. Cheese, or Little Caesars? I've been to Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid, like maybe 10, 15 times. I think I only ate there like once. And I remember there was like that period of time where everyone was trying to expose Chuck E. Cheese for like recycling pizza. And that was a weird part of the internet. But yeah. I remember having good times. Like that was just kind of like a Dave and Buster's kind of thing, right? You know, just playing all the arcade machines. They had like this one where you were like, you controlled like a dinosaur, and you had to like jump over like holes in the ground. That was always fun. I was very good at that. I mastered the timing of it. It was like Flappy Bird before Flappy Bird existed. And then there was like this one where you were on like a jet ski and you were racing against people. I was terrible at it, but I loved it a lot. I never won, but I did enjoy playing it. Taco Bell never had. Little Caesars maybe once I had. And then Popeyes, yeah, I've had it a couple of times. They were hilarious. I still like some songs, yeah. Absolutely. I didn't like interact with the music too much, but the stuff that I did hear I really liked. Vegans who threaten people with bodily harm are like the people who watch The Boys and think Homelander is the hero. Oh, there's like, especially nowadays, there's a lot of people who like sympathize with like the villains of a lot of movies, you know? It's weird. You know, also it's kind of like serial killers are kind of getting like sympathy from people, which is also weird. Like I remember when the Jeffrey Dahmer like documentary thing came out, there were a lot of people who were glazing him, and I'm like, you do realize this guy was completely heinous and deranged. Like, you don't need to be showing support for him. I just watched a Papa Meat vid like a couple days ago where he was trying different diner chains breakfast menus. Yeah, that's like Meat Canyon, right? That's his like IRL channel. Meat Canyon is that you want to talk about fever dreams, as we were mentioning like Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That is a fever dream. I have watched a couple. My friend loves Meat Canyon. He shows me like a couple of videos every time when he thinks I'll like it. And I'm always like, why are you showing me these videos? Why? What makes you think you wake up and you're like, oh, this is a great video to send to my good friend? Is it? Have you watched any of the Disney movies and played any Disney games? I've watched a fair amount of Disney movies. Again, when I was a kid, I watched a lot of them. Nowadays, I haven't watched many Disney movies because a lot of them have been like live action, and it's not really been my kind of thing. But Disney games, outside of the ones I own for PS1, I mean, if we count, do we count Kingdom Hearts? Kinda, right? I mean, if we count Kingdom Hearts, yeah, that's like my favorite franchise of all time. So there you go. But other than that, no, not a lot. As a general rule, glazing serial killers gets you Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh my god. Which Disney movies have you watched? Oh man, there's a lot. There's a ton. Pretty much any animated Disney film that came out between the years like 1998 and 2010. Pretty much anything in between that range I have seen. And for like things like Monsters Inc. and Toy Story, I watched them probably 15 times each. I'm getting a lot of money too, holy crap. I don't know how much this guy gives, but yeah, this is great. My mom and I have watched Lilo and Stitch when I was a kid. Yeah, that was a great movie. And I especially liked it in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, right? They feature that world. Lilo does not make an appearance in it, but Stitch is there. And it's pretty cool. Get to team up with him for a couple of the boss fights. Obviously, Hercules is the best Disney Renaissance work, with The Little Mermaid coming close behind. Both of those are great. My favorite, and again, this is obviously with nostalgia glasses, right? My favorite Disney movie, man, it is close. I think I would give it to Toy Story 2, though. I think I would give it to Toy Story 2. It is really close with that and Monsters Inc., though. Very close. But obviously that there is a fair amount of nostalgia, you know, rose-tinted glasses behind it too. They're great movies, regardless of what, you know, nostalgia blindness, but I might overrate them a little bit just because of how much they had an impact on my childhood. The video made me want to try trash American fast food. I wish I could go to a place and get greasy eggs and bacon right in the morning. Oh my god. You know, sometimes you're in the mood for it. It does happen. Like, usually if I ever get breakfast from someplace, it's like, I don't know, pancakes or something. Something that's filling, but something that you can eat kind of fast. Do you have a favorite character from Toy Story, Monsters Inc., and Lilo and Stitch? Man. Toy Story, I think... I would just give it to Woody. It'd be a little bit basic there, but I do like Woody the most. Monsters Inc., it was always Mike. Always was Mike. The comedic genius that 4-year-old Paul absolutely adored. And then Lilo and Stitch, for that one, I'd probably say Stitch. Adorable little mutant man. If you want eggs fried in bacon grease, you would need to come to America. I recommend Waffle House if you don't mind seeing a few fist fights during your meal. I love that, dog. I would pay money to see a fight while enjoying a sloppy breakfast. Then come on down. We'll show you around. Good old Mike Wazowski, yeah. I was obsessed with Mike when I was younger. I like Sully too, but like yeah, like anytime Mike Wazowski was on screen, I was laughing my head off. Finland is boring in comparison. Well, I don't. Is like that. That's not a bad thing, though, right? At the very least, you know, it's more tranquil, right? More calm. Boring's not always bad. Boo is so cute, yeah. Adorable. Like I said, I always wish that there was like a Monsters Inc. 2. Like, obviously there was the University movie, but that was a prequel. I always wish that they would follow up the original one. But honestly, I'm not sure if they would do it right. I don't know. The authentic American breakfast is a psychiatrist and a Finn watching a fry cook stab a patron while eating an all-star special. Living the dream. My shorts, Randall. Randall. Like chameleon, man. That gator's back again. They just start beating him up. Sounds like a movie plot. Coming this winter. An American and a Finnish person try to eat a normal breakfast, but then tragedy strikes. I have no PP left. All my PP is gone. Have you seen any of the Shrek movies and games? I have seen the Shrek movies. I have played 2 Shrek games. Didn't like either of them, but the movies I really did like. The movies were great. Those movies were kind of like ahead of their time. Like the amount of references and, you know, crude jokes they were able to fit into like a children's movie was great. Also, did I miss Rock Tomb both times? Did I see that correctly? Tragic. And Shrek 2 is honestly a masterpiece. Absolutely great. 10 out of 10 would watch. Do you have a favorite Shrek character? Mine is Fiona. I think it's probably Gingerbread Man. I love him. I love the voice that he does. I love everything about him. And his obsession with the gumdrop buttons. Never forget. How can you neglect PP like that? I'm so sorry to Hariyama. We have made his PP expire. To be fair, we would be able to heal up his PP faster if he would have hit Rock Tomb one of those 2 times, but instead, I guess he was too flaccid. He couldn't properly aim the rocks. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm stupid. Hariyama just needs like what? 100 experience? Yeah, so we'll just send him out at the end of the fight to get that 100. And we're going to Electrode. Nelson once says, haha. Yeah. I can't do an impression of it, but you all know. You all know how it is in Simpsons. Rude. Yeah, the rude emotes. Shrek was a punishment project where the DreamWorks Michael Eisner would send all the people who pissed him off when he was working on Prince of Egypt. They then decided to make Michael Eisner into the inspiration for Lord Farquaad. Really? Some of you may die, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. So good, Lord Farquaad. What's your thought on Millhouse? He's just a guy. Everything's turning up Millhouse. Honestly, I probably knew someone in school who was like Millhouse, honestly. Like every unfortunate thing happens to them somehow. All right, let me send in Hariyama to get the 42 here. Millhouse is Bart's best friend. Yeah. Such a weird name too, Millhouse. Alright, we are very close to being able to fight these last two trainers. Officially, Hariyama's 42. So the only two Pokemon left in our party that we have to get to 42 are Ursaring and Electrode. And then Houndoom also needs to get to 42, but that shouldn't take long. I'm pretty sure it's like 41.5 right now. So yeah, once we have all of those guys at 42, we are good to proceed. And we should get to Snaddle right afterwards. Ralph Wiggum is pretty cool. He even says funny things. Yeah, he says some pretty messed up things sometimes too. But it's okay, because the delivery is always great. Good, because I'm approaching my pass out and write a 47-page document with the L key time. Don't worry, we are very close. I would say it's probably about 20-ish minutes out. At this point, I probably can take off the experience share from Ursaring, because I think Electra probably actually needs it more at the moment, but yeah, either way, this will go a lot quicker now. Have you ever had a pet cat and a pet dog? I've only ever had a dog. I have owned 3 dogs. And the current dog I have... Wait, what? Held for aggression? Sorry about that, Art. I'll read that in just a second. My current dog is already 3 years old. She just turned 3 just 3 days ago, actually. Oh no, I said a bad word. I'll smack you if you fall asleep, Doc. Yeah, I don't know. Automod going ballistic today. There's been a lot of comments that have been held for review for whatever reason. Is there a way to turn that off? I don't even know. There probably is, but I'll have to figure that out later. Got to figure that out, and then I got to figure out with getting YouTube chat on the screen as well. Do you think you might get a cat sometime? Unless I find a partner who really loves cats, probably not. I don't think I would do it myself. Like I like cats. I don't really have interest in necessarily, you know, owning a cat though. I'm not sure. Twitch is pretty strict with language these days, I think. I think that is true. Art used a wake-up slap. Well, you don't want to hit him too hard, Art. I mean, wake-up slap doubles in base power when the Pokemon's asleep. You're gonna kill him. Maybe use Uproar instead. Let me grab Houndoom. Yes, sir. A Pokemon XD Nuzlocke. It's a good Tuesday. How you doing, Nexus? Yep, we're approaching the end of our grind session, and then we're gonna start going towards Snaddle. Get him out of the way. Wakes up for a split second and dies. Yeah. Unfortunate. You gotta take him to a Pokemon Center. Only way. Base game or XG? This is the base game. Yeah, it's hardcore rules. Here you can type this. There you go. Those are all the rules we're playing by here. No, Art, I only fainted, yeah. Thankfully, death doesn't happen. Unless it's a Nuzlocke, then you are dead. Yeah, I hardcore Nuzlocke, yeah. Yeah, we're playing by, you know, the one encounter per area rule and stuff. We did do one thing. We, I made it so that the mayor's house was different from Phenac City. That's the only time that I kind of skirted the rules. It's just because in Pokemon Coliseum, the mayor's house is a different area, and then in XD it's not. I think that's stupid, so I decided to make it two different areas. But that's the only one that I kind of skirted the rule on there. It's not really that much of, you know, breaking anything though. I hate Cypher bosses because those shadow Pokemon, man. Yep, for sure. I think I've got a good plan though. At least for Snaddle. Ardos will be the true test though. God damn, what do you base the level cap off of? It's the next like admin. So Snaddle's 42. We're basing. I know that the Starmie and the what's the other Pokemon? Solrock? Solrock, I'm pretty sure. Those two Pokemon are actually 44. But we're basing it off of the raw level of the Pokemon, so that's why it's 42. If I were to do this playthrough again, I probably would have made it the level that the shadow Pokemon are, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. We base it off the next trainer's outfit. Correct. That's how we do it. Do you bet you're going to beat Lebet yet again? Probably. I think we're going to beat him another handful of times here. You EV training right now? I was. Now it's kind of just, I'm here. I'm just fighting this trainer because force of habit at this point. But yeah, I was EV training earlier. Had to get Hariyama enough attack and speed to pull off a guaranteed win for what's his name? Not Snaddle, the guy before Snaddle. The Cypher Peon before Snaddle. The one with the Stantler, Exploud, Shadow Chansey, and Shadow Scyther. Yeah, but Mount Battle I don't really use to train too much because the issue is I don't know what moves those trainers have. All the resources I have found, I can look up all of the information about trainers that are in the story mode or in the Coliseum, but I can't look it up for Mount Battle for whatever reason. So I just stay away from Mount Battle for the most part. I went through like a couple of the areas just one time to get like the TMs and such that you get for clearing it the first time, but that's about as far as I went. Yeah, it's very fair for sure. Whose voice in Spyro Reignited trilogy do you think is the best? Would it be Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, or Agent 9? Probably Sergeant Bird. Just because I love Tom Kenny. Voice of SpongeBob. Yeah, but not much more grinding left. Probably like less than 15 minutes, I would say. You just have to get Houndoom and Ursaring to 42, and then Electrode to 42 as well. Electrode for Thunderwave, Rain Dance, or Reflect Light Screen. Right now, he is just here to Thunderbolt. Go fast and Thunderbolt. And that's really all he needs. I don't really like relying too much on Reflect and Light Screen and stuff like that because for me, I try to come up with win rates that are guaranteed. It's just always how I've operated, you know. I like doing deathless runs the most when I do hardcore Nuzlocks. But this game, I wouldn't dare try a deathless run because it would be way too much luck. So I instead did just a regular hardcore Nuzlocke with this one. But we are deathless at this point. So for what that's worth. Yeah, but Light Screen and Reflect, they're not bad moves, obviously, and definitely they have their use, but I don't typically run them just because I want to focus more on guaranteed strats. Fast boy, always love Electrode. Yeah, he's great. There is a tier list out there though that I saw before starting this run that puts Voltorb in F tier. Criminal. It's a hardcore Nuzlocke tier list. They put Electrode in F tier, or Voltorb in F tier, but by proxy it's Electrode. Horrible. Justice for my boy. What's your favorite dog breed? Mine are Beagles and German Shepherds. German Shepherd's my favorite. Yep. All three of my dogs have all been German Shepherds. Oh, gotcha. I'm definitely more of a safe setup and let RNG decide my mental health. It is nicer to, you know, put it more at ease that, like, you know, if you get screwed over, it's like, well, you know, that's unlucky, you know, nothing we could have done about it. It's a lot easier to be at peace with it. For me, I'm always pissed when I make a misplay. So far, I think I've only made one true misplay. You can maybe make an argument for two, but I think that kind of plays with hindsight a little bit. There's one true misplay I've made, and it's because I forgot that one of the peon trainers had an Ursaring with Aerial Ace, and Hariyama could have died to a crit. But I think that is the only real one that I have made this run. Tell that motherfucker to uninstall F to the tier list creator. You can't treat people like dogs just because they raise sheep and are from Germany. Oh my god. That's not the kind of German Shepherd we're talking about. We're talking about the greatest of boys and girls. The fantastic lads. Some of my three dogs were German Shepherds. Always been a German Shepherd family, but I like Beagles too. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's plenty of like Absolutely beautiful dog breeds. But yeah, I've been loyal to German Shepherds for life. They are just such lovable goofballs. Australian Shepherd here. Yeah, those are like do they have like the slope back, right? Like when they're like sitting down, they kind of have more of like a back that's like a downward slope kind of. I don't know if that's why they're called Australian Shepherds, but yeah. The greatest of boys and gals, dude. German supremacy isn't okay either. Okay. Listen, there's been a lot of people who have been getting pretty loosey-goosey with the term for a soldier in Germany during 1944. I don't want to be grouped up with that. Herding pups and a little bit. I just met my friend's German Shepherd after a few months, and she's even sillier than before. Yeah, it's kind of like a general rule of thumb is like the bigger the dog, the more of like a kind of softy they are. That's been my experience. When they're small, a lot of times they can be a little bit rude. But when they're big, I don't know. They just kind of, at the softest touch, they'll just like lay down on the ground, show you their belly and all that stuff. Just absolute goofballs. Yeah, I'll be right back. Take your time. Just a little bit more grinding to go. All this setup just to get a guaranteed win rate against a trainer that I probably won't face the worst luck for, but I cannot help myself. I always have to prepare for every eventuality when I can. Always play by the safe, not sorry kind of approach. Safe, not sorry. Always lock up your valuables. Yeah. Bubble wrap my Pokemon. Protect them. I need them for the end. She wanted me to throw her small pine cones and give her some ear scritches. Yeah. Oh man, from my experience, German Shepherds love ear scritches. It's crazy. Well, it's better than Swift. We'll teach it light screen. Why not? Have you ever seen some of the episodes where Bart and Lisa fight? I'm sure I have. I can't really recall those episodes. I haven't really watched The Simpsons in a long time. Probably the last time I was like really into it was when I was like maybe, I don't know, 13 or 14. So it's been a while. But I remember liking The Simpsons. I know a lot of people say that the writing has gone downhill, and I think every show ever that I've watched, everyone always says that the writing has gone downhill. I don't know if it's true or not, because I haven't been watching like the newer episodes. But yeah, I mean it's still on air, right? Simpsons is still on. I love doggos, but I'm more of a cat person. I think cats are on the same level of chill as I am. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, for me, I've always been a dog household. I have nothing against cats. Just never really thought of owning one. My grandmother used to own 2 cats. One was a complete hater. The other one was absolute softie. The true duality of man. I have played Simpsons Hit and Run. It's on PC as well. I have played Simpsons Road Rage, and I have played the Simpsons game. We played the Simpsons game before. Now, the only two I've played are Road Rage and Hit and Run. Hit and Run I really liked. Road Rage was always kind of a one-off thing. Played it a couple times, never really went back to it after a certain point, but yeah. Never played anything else, though, for Simpsons titles. I don't own cats because they can't be trusted. Oh, that happens sometimes with cats, yeah. I also, I love the names of the cats. You know, my grandma had 2 cats. She was, like I said, I have like German blood, right? So she was German. And the names of the cats, Gizmo and Gidget. I love those names. Those are absolutely great. And Gizmo was the chill one. Gizmo was great. Gidget was a complete hater. Did not want people to touch her. Can't be trusted. Why? I have no idea. Doctor must have had a horrible experience. There's a Simpsons wrestling for the PS1. Oh man, I have seen like gameplay of it. Never played it myself, but yeah, that game doesn't look too great from what I have seen. Sneaky and Toxoplasma Gandhi. What in the world? Okay, the grind actually did take a little bit longer than I thought. I said like 15 minutes, and that was about 17 minutes ago. So I was wrong. But we're almost there. It's just after Houndoom gets to 42, we just have to bring in Electrode here, and it's Electrode Earth Strain to 42. We're good. Everything's good. We can go for it. Alright, I'm back. Welcome back, Nexus. Nexus, we need more time. We need more time. Quick. Do something else. We're still setting up. I'm gonna report that to list. Yeah, you find that guy. You go after them. They also put... Okay, so... I don't remember the full tier list because it's been a while since I looked at it. I also remember... Their justification was pretty weak here. They put... Now... Jumpluff. My boy. My 3rd favorite Pokemon of all time. But they put Jumpluff in S tier. Would you agree with that? Would all of you here agree Jumpluff is S tier? The reasoning he gave is because it has Sleep Powder and Sleep is a broken status condition. My rebuttal is very simple. 25% of the time it don't work. It's not a reliable strat. I often take care of my friends' cats and they are not allowed outside. Indoor cats don't get the parasite, I think. Yeah, outdoor cats I think are actually becoming kind of a problem, right? Because it's like the local wildlife can be, you know, kind of disturbed by outdoor cats, right? Since they are predators, right? So I think that kind of has been getting a little bit of uproar too. Spore Master 69. Go do it, Nexus. A for sure for Jumpluff. Lower risk, I believe. Not certain how absolute it is. Yeah, A tier for Jump. I would still say, I would honestly put it in B. I think high B for me. Just because, like, what the hell can Jumpluff do outside of put a Pokemon to sleep and maybe Leech Seed? What else can it do? Like, it's kind of a brick to have on the field. Like, if the Pokemon doesn't get put to sleep, then Jumpluff's not going to be able to do anything else. And even if the Pokemon does get put to sleep, there's also another 25% chance it wakes up after one turn, which basically nets you 0 turns. Bruh, Chlorophyll. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, it's a fast Pokemon. I'm not arguing with you about its speed. I'm just saying, all it has is Sleep Powder and Leech Seed. Explosion is a very fun move to use. Yeah, well, in a Nuzlocke, it also means the death of a Pokemon, and right now we're kind of pitching a shutout, so for now, I'm not going to be clicking that move. Maybe later. Oh, I also forgot to read this message. Feral outdoor cats are causing trouble in the local ecosystems. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're predators, right? So, yeah. Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, Sunny Day, and shit. It's not a horrible moveset. But again, Solar Beam from Jumpluff is going to do what? Like, you know, 45 damage? It's got a 55 special attack stat. This isn't going to be hitting very hard. Yeah, people don't care about their outdoor cats either. They get kittens randomly that grow up feral and sick, and it sucks. Ugh. Yeah, it's messy. Oh, hold on. Wait, I can't do that. Taking my eyes off the screen. Synthesis and Sunspore. Yeah, I mean, true. Correct. It does have moves to keep itself alive, sure. But again, Jumpluff isn't the epitome of bulk, and a lot of Pokemon in this game have Ice-type coverage. Like, what is Jumpluff going to do against Artis? Ice Punch Alakazam, it's dead. Goodbye, it's gone. Kingdra comes out, Ice Beam, it's dead. What is it going to do? What is it going to do against Eldis? What's it going to do against Gorgon? What is it going to do against Greevil? It's not going to do anything against these guys. It dies in like 1 or 2 hits. Irresponsible pet owner saddens me. Jumpluff is an absolute chat. It is a chat. Love it. Here, let's compromise. Top B, bottom A. That's fine. I think you can make an argument for that. Yeah, for sure. Yep, dog, I will never get people who get pets and don't take good care of them, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of it, unfortunately. Final battle, use Explosion, please. Unfortunately, we can't use Explosion, because Electro learns Explosion at 53. But we could use Self-Destruct, potentially. We'll see. It might happen. Do you have a favorite Sonic girl? Either Amy, Cream, Cosmo, Rouge, Blaze, Vanilla, or... I think I know of the ones you listed, like 3 of those. I don't know if I have a favorite, and I don't want that to get kind of clipped out of context. So, we're going to leave it at that. Cotton Spore, yes, but Cotton Spore is not 100 accurate in this game either. Cotton Spore, is it 85? 85 accurate? Cotton Spore into U-turn? Well, it doesn't learn U-turn in this game. That's Gen 4, where U-turn became a thing. Maybe an XG, because I know that's a mod that people have told me to play. Here, one use of experience share for Ursaring should get them kind of even. Psychologically, pets serve as transitional objects for lots of people, either to define them and give them an identity, think teddy bear sign, or as an opportunity to exert authority over something without agency. Either one is gross, but they are popular reasons for personality, the sort of people to get pets they are either incapable of caring for or had no intention to care for them in the first place. Okay. Tell us about your Sonic Girls streamer. No. No. Incorrect. Incorrect. We're not gonna be yapping about that. Tycho was in Sonic Adventure. She is Knuckles' ancestor. Blaze is in Sonic Rush. Cosmo in Sonic X. And Vanilla is Cream's mother. Again, of the names you have listed, I don't know if I've heard of a lot of these, unfortunately. I didn't play too many Sonic games growing up. I played like, I know Heroes was one, and then there was like some kind of like Sonic Mania, like it was a collection of games. But yeah, that was like my only experience with Sonic, really. Also, if this Swinub could stop using Endora every battle, it would be so much better. Rouge is a bat. She loves Jules. Yeah, I know. Rouge is one I know about. Trust me. I know about that one. I know about that one. But yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite, and I don't want that getting clipped, so I'm not gonna even talk about that one. Oh my god. What in the world? I was trying to watch the stream on my phone to make sure everything looked good, and then the app just crashed. That's fun. Can I pull it back up? What the heck? There we go. Alright. I don't have pets because vet services are horribly expensive here right now, and I wouldn't as much time to spend with a pet I would want to at the moment. Well, nothing wrong with waiting until you're in a better situation to actually own a pet. Nothing wrong with that. That's preferred. That's the right way to do things, is if you're not properly equipped to really like take care of a pet, don't get one, right? Doing the right thing by doing that. Electrode's worst nightmare is finding a Pokemon with damp. Thankfully, I don't think there's any Pokemon with damp for the remainder of the game. Cream is very cute. She's in Sonic Heroes as well. She's in Team Rose with Amy and Big. Yeah, I did play Sonic Heroes, so I do know that. I don't know if I ever actually beat the game with all those. The chat got too spicy and the app died. Yeah, I couldn't take that handle. It just absolutely blew up. Either that or I'm getting canceled in real time. They're trying to silence me. Alright. Honestly, let's do this and get Ursaring to 42. And then we will make sure the moves are right and go fight the two trainers. The Peon and then Snaddle. Back to back. Unfortunately, vets are super expensive everywhere. Human doctors are cheaper. Well, a lot of things are expensive, unfortunately. Oh wait, I can't. I have to do Ice Beam on Swinub because I can't Thunderbolt Swinub. I hate to write longer messages with my new phone. Sorry for the brain farts. That's fine. Perfectly okay. Whether it's a long message or short message, I'll read it to the best of my ability. What was your first shiny? First shiny, not counting Red Gyarados, obviously, because I think most people's first shiny. Not counting that, the first shiny I found was Sentret, but I didn't have Pokeballs because it was at the very beginning of Gold, Silver, Crystal. The first one I caught was Growlithe. That was in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Brains aren't supposed to fart. Maybe you should see a human vet. Doc, if I ever get a cat, I will take him to you if he gets sick. Yeah. Have you seen the Sonic Mania boss battles? There is Bark the Polar Bear, Fane the Sniper, Bean the Dynamite. They last appeared in Sonic Fighters. No. That does not ring a bell to me. Again, my experience with Sonic is not nearly as in-depth as a lot of people's. It wasn't really my kind of childhood game. I grew up more with like Crash, Spyro, Pokemon, and Digimon. Like, I didn't even really grow up with Mario. Mario was kind of something that I, you know, experienced when I was more like a teenager. Perfect. I'll give him psychotherapy, which I hear works wonders on cat diseases. You guys are crazy. Alright. What's your most recent shiny? Man. It was something from... Actually, no. Actually, it was not from Scarlet and Violet. I did a Nuzlocke off stream not too long ago for Pokemon Crystal, and I got a shiny Onix. That was the last shiny I caught. That was about a year ago, I think, that I did that. Okay, so let's... First of all, I'm going to go to Mount Battle. To be fair, my friend's cat is my psychotherapist. I will tell him about my farting brain. Let me heal. There was one Spire character who was supposed to get their own game. Agent 9 was supposed to get his own game. I would love to see Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley get one of their own. That would be pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of crazy stuff that has been scrapped. I think like the whole entirety of like a Spyro 4 got scrapped. I hope there is one. It can't be Enter the Dragonfly. That cannot be a stain forever. Okay, so what we need to do, you're the move deleter, you're the move reminder, right? Yeah. So we're gonna do, for Earth's Ring, there's a specific move we need here. Yes, yes. We're gonna get rid of, I mean, really, we're gonna get rid of both of these moves, so for now it'll be Metal Claw. We're replacing both of them. Oh my god, there is so much chat. I looked away just to teach one move, and then all of a sudden, what happened? Zubat BDSP Nuzlocke was my most recent shiny. That's a pretty cool one. Crobat is like a really light pink color, I think, right? Cats are amazing listeners. True. Any pet, really. Make sure the cat specializes in psychodynamic supportive therapy is generally not a very effective treatment for cerebral flatus. Cerebral flatulence. Have you ever had a bad experience with Enter the Dragonfly? Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of times the game is bugged out. In many ways. And yeah, it wasn't too great of a game. Not compared to the original trilogy for sure. My flying type died right after. Oh. Cerebral flatus is Latin for brain fart. We fart in the chat. You can ignore if it's too much. No, it's fine. I like it when the chat's lively. It's just I looked away for like a couple of seconds and then there's like 8 new messages. I'm like, holy crap. All right. Fake tears is on. We need to teach facade to Ursaring here, and we'll get to that in a second. Got to get rid of Lick. Hey, it's a great game. Sure. It's fantastic. The best game ever made, in fact. Alright, put that up there. I think that's everything I need. Okay, hold on. So now I just gotta reorganize the team. I forgot to mention Houndoom's on the team right now, but you know, like from like the little graphic on the side there, but now everything's back the way it is. We don't need Houndoom for this next fight. We need it for Snaddle though. So let me see what I wrote down. I said okay. Yeah, I wrote it down many times so I didn't forget. Ursaring Choice Band. Hariyama Shift Tree with White Herb. Okay. Mawile with Citrus. And what else? Electrode with Magnet. There it is. Sand Slash. Where did I write Sand Slash? Oh, Choice Band. Okay. And this setup should guarantee that we win. We need to lead with Hariyama and Shift Tree. Yep, that looks all good. Okay. Everything looks good. Yeah. Okay. Very good stuff. All right. Sorry if I've been ignoring chat. I just was trying to get all that set up. What is your Pokemon hot take? Oh dear. God, I don't know. I got a lot of cold takes, honestly. Hot take. I mean, I think the only one I got is Feraligatr is the greatest Pokemon ever made. That's probably inflammatory. This peak Pokemon design right there. That's my Pokemon hot take. You cannot beat out Feraligatr. He's too good. Alright, now we gotta start this long freaking trek all the way up to the top here. This is gonna be great. Pokemon should go back to 2D like in Black and White 2. I think probably the thing I would agree with is something like grid-based movement. Right? That's kind of the big thing. Because I miss random encounters. I don't like how it is now where you can see the Pokemon before you run into them. I know some people like it. But I've always preferred random encounters, not knowing what I'm going to get out of the grass, right? That is a thing I would totally agree with. at the very least, just give it like a location in every area that, you know, there's Pokemon that appear in the wild, right? You know, and you can see them, run into them, encounter them. And then there's grass that you can just kind of walk through and get random encounters. Just compromise or something. Alright. So. Oh yeah, we have a lot longer to go. I thought we were closer to the next fight. Anyway, I'll yap about it on the way up here. So. The reason we're leading with Hariyama and Shiftry, and they both have White Herb, is so Stantler has Intimidate, so that doesn't affect me, right? Immediately cure that -1 in attack debuff that I'm going to have. And then we're going to use both Pokemon to Fake Out, which will flinch Exploud and flinch Stantler. And then we'll double Brick Break. And we'll take out both Exploud and Stantler in one hit. You want to make sure that you kill them both before they do anything, because Exploud has Hyper Beam. And that hits like a truck, so you do not want to take a hit from it. And then after we deal with those two, the next Pokemon are Shadow Scyther and Shadow Chansey. With all the EV training that we have done, Hariyama is guaranteed to outspeed Chansey, even if it is cracked out of its mind. It really doesn't matter if Chansey does outspeed, but it does chip you with Shadow Rave, which is a spread move. So we'll take that out in one hit with Brick Break before it does anything. And pretty much every Pokemon on my team except Shiftry and Electrode are guaranteed to live a high roll crit from Scyther. So they're all safe. I can use them, and Scyther can only hit one Pokemon, right? It has Shadow Rush, so it can only hit one Pokemon. You can't hit both. It can also use Shadow Mist. It's random AI, so it's 50-50 what it goes for. And so the ultimate strategy is to try to either A, if Ursaring doesn't get hit, we can just kill it in 2 hits with Return. Or B, if Hariyama doesn't get hit, we can get back to it, use Fake Out, and then have Electrode finish it off with Thunderbolt. Right? That's ultimately what we're setting up for. Because Electrode is also guaranteed to outspeed Scyther. Just double check. White Herb, yep. Yep, and we both got Brick Break on. Huge. Save it one more time, because you can't save enough. Okay, let's go for it. They were better at 2D than 3D. Some people would say that. I'm kind of indifferent. I like the 3D style. I like the 2D style. I will say Game Freak really hasn't done the 3D style great. But I still like it. I'm still fine with it. But like I said, the big thing I would want is the random encounter grass. That's the big thing I would want. Yay, I'm somehow awake for real gameplay. Yeah, here we go. We're out here. So we're going to Fake Out Exploud. And we're going to Fake Out Stantler. Shiftry is faster than Stantler. Hariyama is faster than Exploud. Both of them are going to get this one shot with Brick Break after a Fake Out has been used. I went to water my plants. I mean, it's hot even at night. It's not fun, man. Yeah, we're all awake for the action. Yeah, we're all going to be here to witness if I can pull off a good strat against Snaddle or not. Alright. So like I said, Shiftry takes out Stantler. Hariyama takes out Exploud. Pretty simple. I don't hate 3D, but I just want them to do what they're good at. That's a fair criticism. I love my air conditioner. We all do. Nothing better than a perfectly room temperature household. All right. Scyther's animation looks like it's doing the boogie woogie. Is one way to put it. Alright, so we're gonna keep... Wait. Are we gonna keep Hariyama? Yeah, we're keeping Hariyama on the field. Yeah, we're brick breaking Chansey. And we're swapping Shift Tree for Ursaring. And so here, 50-50 what Scyther does. It can go Shadow Mist, which is great, or Shadow Rush, which is not great, but not too bad. It went Shadow Mist, perfect. Again, no Pokemon I have would die to a crit, even if Scyther has Adamant 31 IVs in attack. We have like 2 weeks of heat in a year up here, so I'm not going to invest in Aircon for that. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, let's swap Hariyama. Actually, we could stay in, but this is probably how I guarantee a win, so we'll do it. Just in case. Go return. We have Choice Band, remember. So, we're locked into return. As long as Ursaring doesn't get hit, we'll be fine. Perfectly okay, Scyther. You can do that. Oh, crit. Perfect. There you go. Scyther's dead. And there's that battle done. Did I over-prepare? Absolutely. But was it guaranteed to win? Yes. And that's all I care about. I got jump scared by my own drawing of Ultra Necrozma. What, do you think it was like a bug or something? Also, we have a lot of people in chat who are like artists. This is incredible. You all are so much more talented than me. All I'm good at is playing Pokemon. Alright, we gotta go back and do two things. First of all, I've got to grab Houndoom, because I'm going to need Houndoom for Snout. I'm not an artist. I'm shit and worth nothing. That's not true. Don't worry, I'm not an artist either. We can be bad at drawing together. No, I just have nightmares of it. The PTSD of having to fight it in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I walk on the platform, thank you. Wait, hold on, wait. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Does that platform there take you some... Wait, there was a platform to the left, wasn't there? Was there... Oh. Oh, it doesn't connect. Well, what's the point? What is the point? I don't know. Should I ride that? Is that going to be bad news? I probably shouldn't ride it. I don't want bad news to happen to me. I didn't invest in an air conditioner. I'm just hiding in hospital so someone else pays to keep me cool. Don't say that, my dude. We're all equally cool and also a little degen. A little. A little. I feel like Necrozma should have had something to do with necromancy because of its name. Well, I don't know if Pokemon wants to really get any kind of a pun here, but if it wants to get too dark, get it, because Necrozma steals the light. But yeah, I don't know if it wants to talk about some kind of, you know, zombification of Pokemon. I want the Pokemon Company to grow the balls to do a zombie Pokemon plot. Wouldn't that be great? Oh yeah, I forgot doctors live in hospitals. Yeah. That's how it works. Okay, so what we're gonna do, again, to guarantee that we win. Hold on, I got rid of the wrong Pokemon. We need to get rid of them all. Why? Really quick. Really quick. Just give me a second. I need to do something to Ursaring. Let me also take Choice Band off of Ursaring for just a second. No particular reason. Don't worry why I'm withdrawing these guys. No particular reason why this is happening. Don't worry about it. Me and my friend made our own evil teams and I made some art of them. Well, that's cool. Like I said, probably 1,000 times better than I am at drawing, for sure. We have lots of implied war lore, but not actual war gameplay in Pokemon, true. Lieutenant Surge is definitely one of the most underbaked characters in Pokemon franchise history. There could have been a lot more with that. I don't live here, I just work here. It just so happens I work 22 hours a day, 7 days a week, and only leave for takeout. Well. That's like the housing version of friends with benefits. AZ is the literal genocidist that killed everyone 3,000 years ago but faces no criminal charges. True. I was in grade 9 when I made it. I mean, that's... Again, like... Even if it's like a more amateur drawing, it's much better than I could do. Promise you. Is 3,000 years within the statute of limitations for genocide? You know, you know, you might be onto something there. I think at some point they gotta kind of say, well, it's been a while, you know, transgressions can be forgiven. Okay, so what we gotta do, again, no one question why I'm here. No one question why Togetic's on the team. They're just gonna have to give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. You might understand in a second. Actually, you probably already understand already. If you know, you know. Just a normal Pokemon battle, guys. Just a normal Pokemon battle. Just a normal Pokemon battle. Nothing to worry about. Nothing's going on right now. Okay. Just, you gotta give it a second. Hold on. Streamer's lost it? No, I haven't lost it. I haven't lost anything. Don't you see that number in the bottom? It says 0. I haven't lost anything. I haven't lost anything. SUS, you're sus. I haven't lost it. What are you talking about? Everything's fine. Not doing anything. Just gotta wait one more turn. Just wait one more turn. All right. Just to clarify, Ursaring is faster than Togetic here, please. Thank God. Ursaring is just barely faster. Okay. Oops, I misclicked. Ah, God, what am I doing? Am I going crazy? Would I even know? I don't know what I could possibly be doing right now. Man, my controller must be on the fritz again, like what happened 2 streams ago. I don't understand how this could be happening. God, what is going on? What is wrong with me? What like the controller is acting on its own. Like it keeps making me click flamethrower on Ursaring. What's going on? Why is that happening? This bit was not supposed to go on this long, by the way. Hold on. He needs to sleep again. Am I right back where I started? What is happening? Togetic, this is your chance to burn him. It's a 40% chance with Serene Grace. You were supposed to do it already. I'm gonna have to swap Togetic out in order to reset these accuracy debuffs now. Is it only a 20%? I'm pretty sure Flamethrower is a 20% like originally, but then Serene Grace is 40. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Flamethrower is 20. Oh, no, it is 10. So it's 20. It's 20. Anyway, Togetic, do the thing already. Wait, did I swapped out the wrong Pokemon? I swapped out. I'm an idiot. That's all we need to know. You know what? This fight didn't count. This fight didn't count. This fight didn't count. No one saw anything. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. This fight never happened. You never saw anything. No one saw anything. Guts? Yes. No guts, no glory. This fight didn't happen. I did not think... I thought it was a 40% chance to burn with Serene Grace Flamethrower. That's my fault, but it's fine. Doesn't change the fact that this is what we need to do. So everyone just shut up and let me cook. Quite literally, we're cooking Ursaring. I guess I could... Does Ember have a 20% chance to burn as well? Because I could reteach that to Houndoom. It would be weaker than Flamethrower. What Pokemon would you eat? You know, I don't think I've ever asked that question. You got me. Hold on, I gotta leave the area and come back to refight that trainer. We eating bear soup tonight. I don't know what Pokemon are even canonically edible, or would it just be like, are all of them? Can you eat any of them? Are they tasty? There's a lot of questions we have to ask before we can get to the bottom of what Pokemon we would eat. Togetic, we just needed to burn one time, and then we can stop this bit, and we can go straight to Snaddle. Come on, Togetic, just like we practiced. You're embarrassing me. Miltank burgers. Oh my god. I mean, it probably would taste fine, honestly. Oh my goodness. The bit will never end at this rate. I should have put leftovers or something on Ursaring as well. How much did it do? 38? Crit would do like 80. And then you take one. It's probably a little bit too risky to try to risk a crit with crit with a burn. Burgers and milkshakes. Can you not obliterate level 16 Poochienas? Man's thinning out the puppy population with a bear. It's such a weird glitch that keeps happening. It's like I can't kill this Poochiena. Like, I don't know. He must have maximum IVs and like a plus defense nature. Does plus evasion nature, is that a thing? It must have that. It's got like a +6 in evasion. I got -6 in accuracy. It's so weird. I don't know why I can't kill him. Must be a glitch or something. Is this like the 1 in 256 glitch or 1 in 256 glitch or something? Alcremie, Vanillite, that bread dog, and a Shuckle Juice. Sunnyside. Do the thing. 20% chance. This is the 5th time. Come on. Man, it's so weird. I don't know why my controller's been acting up. Like, it's like someone else is playing the game for me or something. I don't know what's happening. It's so bizarre. I can't believe Togetic would go rogue and just be such a hater against the Grizzly Man. Why would he do that? What time is it for you? Right now it's 9:30 for me. Burn, baby, burn. All right, this bit's over. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Now what we do is we make sure to stay away from every Pokemon Center that has ever existed in the world. Instead, let me go grab the Pokemon out of the PC box. And then we'll fight Snaddle. I'm sorry that took so long. I thought it was a 40% chance to burn. I didn't think it was 20. That's my fault. But it's okay. It all works out. Alright, so we need Golduck. And I think that's it. Pretty sure this is the team I need for Snaddle. Alright, let me make sure the items are all good. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Choice Band. Who did I have Choice Band on originally? Do I have to... I probably have to take that off of Sandslash. God dang it. I don't think I took it off with Sand Slash before I deposited it. No. Can you just do it straight from here? No. Great. So let me make this take even longer. Who's the other choice band? No one? Okay. I'll explain all of this in just a second, why everything is necessary. You might ask if all of this is necessary? Yes. Alright. So, we're gonna put choice band on you. And not on you, right? Or do we put it on you? Yeah, we do. Good. You have magnet still. Right. Awesome. Ursaring. We're gonna put... what are we putting on you? I'll put leftovers on you. Golduck. I'm glad I wrote all this stuff down. I would not have remembered all of it. I didn't write anything down for Golduck. I think it's because it doesn't matter. Then in that case, I'll just give it a citrus berry. And then, what about Houndoom? Houndoom citrus? Alright, let me look over it one more time. I might want to put Protect on Golduck. I have a Protect TM on me. I have 2 Protect TMs on me. So let me get rid of Brick Break. I don't think I'm ever going to click that. Not on Golduck, at least. Can we burn you right now? Hopefully not. I hope I don't taste that good when I'm burnt. You named Golduck Migraine. That's why girl had to take migraine meds today. It was a bad time. Yeah. It would have been a little bit more fitting if it was a Psyduck, but, you know, it still works. Still checks out. Alright, that's all good. That looks right. Yep, that looks right. That's good. That's good. Yep. All of this is great. Perfect. Alright, so. The strat is... Snaddle leads with Matang and Quagsire. So we're going to lead with Houndoom and Ursaring. The Facade Guts boosted attack should absolutely destroy Quagsire. And Houndoom, unsurprisingly, will one-shot Matang as well. Then, after we get past those two, in comes Caesar and Shadow Solrock. The plan is to have Houndoom one-shot Caesar, and then have Ursaring use Fake Tears on Solrock to set Houndoom up for a one-shot next turn. And that's why we're not using Choice Band on Ursaring, so that it has the flexibility to click a different move. Then it'll be Cast Form and Solrock on the field. We'll go Bite to one-shot Solrock and Facade to kill Cast Form. Cast Form does get an attack off, but it shouldn't matter. A critical hit should not kill me. And when it's just Starmie on the field, we go to Golduck, who has Cloud 9. So if Shadow Sky is up, which it probably is because Solrock always goes Shadow Sky, that's not going to have any effect. And we'll also swap the Hariyama. Both of those Pokemon are guaranteed to live a Shadow Storm, if it goes for that, or Shadow Break if it clicks that too. Guaranteed to live. And we can fake it out, swap to Shift Tree, fake it out again, swap to Electrode, Thunderbolt, guaranteed outspeed, one shot, over. And it should be just as I drew it up. That's the goal. I got to explain all of that before I even got to the halfway point of climbing up there. Do you think Agent 9 looks like a space monkey? I mean, kinda? Never really thought of it, but yeah, I guess so. Team looking lit, quite literally, yeah. What is more common, you uploading a video or a shiny? Oh my god. Don't remind me. Don't worry, I'll upload a video. It's still a little ways away, you know. But I have worked on it. I have tangible progress. But I usually have run into setbacks, and I'm just not good at editing. And there's a lot of edits that I'm trying to do, and I'm not skilled enough to pull them off, sadly, so I'm doing the best I can. Doctor, are you awake? I'm a slap. Yeah, go get him. Wake up, slap him. Nah, Doctor's probably gone. Chat is roasting you like Togetic was roasting poor Pooh Bear. That's fine. That's just that's an average Tuesday and Thursday these days. It's, you know, 20% me yapping, 80% grinding, and 100% of chat roasting me. All right. And 2% real gameplay. 1% evil, 99% hot gas. Now we're getting there. My diabolical strats that guarantee win percentages. That I will not be able to pull off against Ardos, unfortunately. Mirror B, what is going on? Stop. Voluntarily roasted and toasted every week. Hats off to you, sir. That's how they stay warm during hibernation. Didn't you know that? They get pre-burned so that they always have a flame that's keeping them warm. That's fun fact. So yeah, Houndoom, you're good, right? Flamethrower, protect, that's all you need. Facade is and Fake Tears is really all Ursaring needs. You got Fake Out on Hariyama, Thunderbolt, Fake Out, and Protect is really all Golduck needs, worst case. So we are good to go. Alright, save the game. Let us do this. Muffo! So we meet again. My plan was perfect. The only problems were the utterly useless Lavrina and Gorgon, and you. You spoiled the brilliant plan I had devised for Phenac City, and thanks to that terrible, hard-nosed woman, I suffered the humiliation of having my worst moment broadcast all over Ore. To gain Master Greevil's forgiveness, and for me to assume my rightful position as the governor of Ore, I must defeat you. This time, I won't be shy about revealing to you the full extent of my power. Oh no. Cypher, what in the world? Did he throw up like the peace signs or something? Cypher admin Snaddle sent out Matang and Quagsire. Alright. Probably should have put Facade in like the top left spot so I would avoid misclicks, but it's fine. We're guaranteed to outspeed Quagsire. Unsurprisingly, Quagsire not fast. So we one-shot both of these before they get to do literally anything. Does leftovers happen, like, does leftovers recovery happen after burn damage or before? I think it's after, right? It doesn't really matter either way. But I don't think I actually remember which is which. Also, again, if we level up past 42 during the fight, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It just matters we go into the fight at 42. Alright, flamethrower and fake tears. And Soul Rock's just gonna set up Shadow Sky, not gonna be a big deal. In comes Cast Form. What would be really cool is if Cast Form had a like a forecast form based off of Shadow Sky. That would be so cool. Could you imagine? Like Cast Form becomes a Shadow Pokemon or something? That would be kind of hype. Now, Weather Ball, when used in Shadow Sky, is in fact boosted, but it's not a like Shadow move by definition, so it's not super effective. It's just a 100 base power typeless move. And once again, even if a critical high roll from Cast Form happens, we are perfectly fine. We're guaranteed to live it. Ursaring is going to get the 43 here. But again, we're not breaking any rules. That do be a Shadow Starmie. I'm guessing it's attacking Houndoom. No, it's actually going Ursaring. I thought if it attacked Ursaring, it would go like Flamethrower or something. Alright, Cast Form's gone. It is just Starmie. So we can simply just double swap. No, I don't want to be a Snorer. I'll also read the chat messages in a second. Let me just focus, lock in on these next couple of turns. Make sure I don't misplay here. Alright, let's go to Hariyama. And Golduck. Also, I forgot to update the team. Let me do that now. I want these guys to get the recognition they deserve. That's my fault. It's just 2 swaps. Mawile, you're not on the team right now. We got Houndoom on the team. I keep forgetting to do this. Especially like before pivotal fights. I want the Pokemon to get the credit. And then Golduck. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Anyway. Sending Golduck. Speaking of Golduck, we're going to him. Or actually, I think it's a her. My bad. Yeah, like I said, guaranteed to live a crit. Although, well, no, never mind. I was gonna say something stupid. Alright, and then we can go Fake Out on Starmie. And swap to Shift Tree. Fakes him out. Take a little bit of damage from Shadow Sky, doesn't really matter. And then swap one more time to Electrode. Go for Fake Out on Starmie to cover the swap. And ladies and gentlemen, if Electro does in fact outspeed Starmie, it's guaranteed to kill, which it should. And we have done Snaddle Deathless officially. Oh. Okay, use Fake Out again, why not? Faster than me swapping out, I guess. Ta-da. Starmie's down. Snaddle is not the trainer. Is not the trainer that is going to bring my death total to 1. Let's go, everybody. Oh, my plan, my perfect plan. Master Greevil, forgive me. Alright, now let me catch up with chat. Do you still have a PS2? I do. I have, I think, 2 or 3, actually. Pretty sure. Shadow form for cast form would be neat, yes. That would have been awesome. Like, just making it, like, immune, or not immune, like, neutral to all damage types, and then having, like, stab boost from shadow moves, or shadow weather ball being a shadow move, that would be kind of cool. It would be terrifying, but it would be cool. Imagine biting a big rock. Ouchie. Listen, it was for the greater good. Houndoom might have chipped a tooth, but he killed that rock. Murdered that man. Imagine how much easier this game would be with Switch battles. True. Although, with hardcore rules, typically you do play on set mode. But casually, absolutely would be fantastic. Have you ever seen Simpsons Skateboarding? I played it on PS2. No, I don't think I have. Don't believe I have. You've done everything deathless because you're an obsessive, meticulous planner. Kind of true. I try to plan for everything. But this guy, right up ahead, he might be the one. He might be the one to bring that 0 up. But we'll see. We will see. But it wasn't Snaddle. Team has definitely looked better. Aren't you going to heal before Artist? I'm definitely going to heal. I'm also going to level up. Because level cap has now been gone up to... Where's my level cap? 44. But that is probably what we're going to do next time. We should do Ardos and... what's his name? Gorgon. Back to back. Because the level stays 44 for both trainers. So yeah, we just need to get pretty much everyone to 44, which won't be that bad. I don't think there's any specific EV spreads I need either, so we can just kind of go with the trainer that gives the most and go from there. I do want to get back down in order to, you know, be able to leave here, but I do know there's also a fight right after I go down the elevator, so let me just double check what I'm fighting against here. I think it's like Shuckle. Might be better if I look up. Well, whatever. I've already committed up to this point. I think it's Shuckle, Chansey, or Blissey, and something else. Yeah, look. Shuckle, Blissey, and Wheezing. Okay. Shuckle, Blissey, and Wheezing. Alright. I don't have any, like, healing items because I sold everything. We can go with, I don't know what we do. Ariyama lead? Potion everybody up. I'll also potion up Golduck too. Yeah, we'll get this fight done so that we have access to the elevator now, and then after that we will stop for today, and on Thursday I will go ahead and we will fight those 2 fights and hopefully stay deathless. We're gonna be putting it on the line. We'll see. You can poke Blissey with a physical move and she dead. True. I think the Pokemon I'm more worried about is that, you're leaving already, but not before I show you my brand of hospitality. The Pokemon I'm more worried about is that Weezing. I don't know what Weezing has available to it. Yeah, let me check. Let me pull up the... I want to make sure it doesn't have Boom Boom. So just give me a second. The emulator might lag for a second because I'm tabbed out. That is not what I need to look at. Is it this? No. I thought it was in here. Oh god, it is absolutely dying right now. Oh, is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Emulator cannot handle me being tabbed out. Holy crap. Why is it making that sound? Okay, alright. We're pausing the emulator for a second because it sounds like it's about to blow up. Hold on. We're just pausing it for a second. It sounds like it's going to blow up any second. Hold on. Okay. If I look up Blissey, that'll probably find it. Hold on. Okay, so Blissey, Weezing, Shuckle. The Weezing... What the heck is this? The Weezing knows Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, Memento, and Thunder. What in the world did this man do? Okay. Resuming the emulator now that I'm tabbed back in. Okay. What a crazy cracked moveset that thing has. That is wild. I'll just flamethrower Blissey and we'll brick break Blissey as well. It doesn't really matter what Houndoom does. Obviously, it's not going to do any damage to either of these. Well, Shuckle would do some damage, but it had Bite. I didn't want to hit it. Just kind of leave it on the field. Not like it can do much. And in fact, it went for Bide. Alright, let's go protect. Let's check how well my Pokemon take this. I didn't do any research on this guy. Weezing. Is he level 41? Yeah, he's 41. The Shuckle's 44 for some reason. Alright, let's look at Sludge Bomb. That's its strongest move. How much damage does it do to Houndoom? Okay, Sludge Bomb. Okay, that's not the damage number I wanted to see. How much do I do with Flamethrower? Not enough to kill. Okay. Well, I think... Because if I protect and then swap... Does Hariyama outspeed this thing? It might. Yeah, I think it does. I think we can just simply go Brick Break with Hariyama here. And then we'll probably just be able to kill with a double attack next turn. I know Brick Break's not going to do a ton, but I don't want Rock Tomb to miss, so we'll just do Brick Break instead. I'm sure Hariyama can take a hit. That looks like it would just straight up kill. Oh, man. Because I'm worried if I Brick Break and like I crit Shuckle and get some weird damage roll, maybe it's possible Shuckle kills me with Bide. I don't know. Why is this pissing me off so much? How much health does Shuckle have? Oh. No, Shuckle has like no HP. Even if Bide hits, it won't be enough. Okay, we'll double attack then. Alright. Alright, we're good. Yeah, Shuckle only has 71 HP, so the max damage it could do to Hariyama would be 140. And that's going to be like maybe 25 damage, 30 damage, doubled. Yep. Okay, we're good. I was overthinking things. I'll admit that. Haven't heard that one before. I'm overthinking things. Alright. Alright, we got out of that. We have officially cleared out any and all trainers that are in the way. It is just... we have to fight Ardos and then eventually Gorgon afterwards. So, anyway. That will be what we will do next time. We'll level up the team. We'll come up with a good plan. Hopefully it'll work. We can only hope. We can only hope. It's the usual big brain problem, I know. It does good, but it also does bad sometimes. Either way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or the VOD. Thank you, Art, Brett, Seven, Doctor, Nexus, for all being here. It was a very lively chat. Very fun talking with you guys. And next time, we will tackle the second hardest fight in the game in Ardos, and hopefully keep the Deathless Run alive. So I will see you all next time.